That's the funniest thing because we were trying to control all variables. I come from a very analytical and kind of like systematic kind of understanding. I look at the, back at uni, I look at the marking criteria, then I work backwards. That's how I've always like taken life, and like that's how I built.
It's a good lesson for me to learn right now. From
And once you do that, you kind of go in feeling a lot more confident. We went in and obviously looking at the states prior every weekend. I watched it on YouTube and I saw like what they were looking at. I'm like, oh, cool, we're on the right track. We should be going really well. And like even like me, my coach, and I was so confident. I'm like, I'm just going to come collect my medal here today, and then I'm going straight to nationals. Like we had already booked everything for nationals. I think because especially coming from an ethnic background and going from like a corporate kind of like work background to like becoming a coach and competing in bodybuilding. And my old man was very strict, very old school, very like education was big, right? So I went to uni and all that stuff and found no fulfillment in it. Yeah, that quote.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
Got me out of bed every day for my first comp.
Oh, did it?
Every morning.
Yeah.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth.
Every morning. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd play that quote.
Yep.
And it was fucking tough.
Yeah.
That comp was very tough.
Second, 2019 New South Wales first timer. Third, New South Wales under 80 bodybuilder novice 2020. First, New South Wales classic novice 2021. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
First, under 90s New South Wales bodybuilding novice 2022. Second, IFBB National Classic Open A division 2023. First place Season A 2024. Oh, sorry, I've jumped the gun a little bit. We haven't got that placing yet. No. Please help me welcome Love Your Art. Is he a vegan or not?
Oh,
it ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
Oh, damn it.
Picasso himself, Reggie Rampage Ram. How are you, mate?
Very good, thank you. Oh, damn it. I didn't know how far you were going to go. I'm like, wait, oh, man, I'll put some silly stuff up.
I know, don't worry, I've got it all
I've got a funny thing, actually, with all that Instagram stuff. I always tell my missus as well. I don't put anything embarrassing on there because the way I look at it, I go, if my kids are 15 years old and they look back at my Instagram, they're going to see that dad was a troll and goofy as hell.
You got kids? You got kids?
No.
So you're already thinking about it now?
Yeah. Because that's how I see it. That's how I see socials. Like I put something up there where you don't regret, but like, what would your kids think when they're 15 years old and looking on it?
Well, let me tell you, I've got a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Oh, damn. So you know, yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't seen one of my podcasts. I don't even think they know I do this.
You know what? That's usually the case.
They don't give a fuck about their parents, mate. All right, I'm just letting you know.
Good point.
Trust me, they'll never want to look at your socials. Let alone they don't want you to follow them either.
I could start putting my booty pics up there.
No, you can do everything you want, man.
OnlyFans today.
Mate, that's where everyone's making their money at the moment, let me tell you. All right, let's tell us about good sportsmanship and the mark of a true athlete. I saw that just recently on one of your posts.
Yeah, that was from
So what does good sportsmanship mean to you, and why is that such a mark of a true athlete?
I think I consider myself an athlete. I think that's the biggest difference. I think a lot of people, like, no matter what, I think it could be bodybuilding, could be any sport. Yeah. I think people don't realize it's not just about going onto the field and completing your 90 minutes or whatever have you. And that's it. I think once you leave the sports field, that's the mark of a true athlete, right? Like the whole Tyson said it, doing something, you feel like you hate it, but you got to act like you love it. You know what I mean? Same principle. Like I think people, they see your achievements on the field, but I think they definitely judge you by how you are off the field. Like especially that impression you leave with them. I met my star, the sports star on the weekend. He was such a nice guy, such a top bloke, and like even that, like right after that, especially a lot of guys who lose. Like,
because I saw a few. When I say it was a still shot, it's on your socials, but I see the handshake, and obviously you. So obviously the guys coming and congratulating you.
Yeah.
You're probably congratulating them, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and as it should be, like right after whoever that are placing, you know, whether you come.
It's a fine-tooth comb, let me tell you.
It is.
What you guys
It
are
is,
doing.
yeah.
I can't pick you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick who's who.
I heard the results after. I realized how close it was, and
Yeah,
it was just like that. Definitely, that whole moment. It's like 5 seconds of like what you decide to do next. Of truly signifies who you are. You could like put your head down in shame and be annoyed and just walk off. I've seen that a few times,
Really?
especially on the state shows.
Okay.
And but the national shows, you know, where these guys like we're all gunning for it as hard as anyone else, and we really want to be there. Especially the amount of
what you have to do from a state show to the nationals. I mean, you can come in perfect in state and fall off on the end, or come in not perfect and bring it home and take everyone out.
Easy.
Like it's I love actually. It's not over till it's over.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even place at the state show. Obviously things happen, but I don't even place top 5 or top 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what makes you want to go there then? What makes you go to
my
the
coach?
national?
He said, "You're going. I don't care. You are going." And obviously, you know, I don't want to say too much, but there were reasons behind it. And then when I went there, I came second at the nationals, but that was a very tough week for me because I was like denying going. And you know, I'd never not placed top 3 at a state show before, so it was really weird to get that feeling in 5 years.
What made you dig deep? What made you go beyond what you were feeling? Because I'm not I can try to push it out of you, but I'm not going to. But what I want to know is, it sounds like it was there was I'm not saying there was give up. I think there was surrender in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think and I think what your coach was saying, just retreat and let's go back. Because retreat, you never surrender. Retreat is regroup, come back. Yeah. So what was your retreat? What got you there? What made you go and believe in your coach?
Actually, when Scott told me, like he was very obviously that look in his eyes. He was confident. I'm like, oh, I've never Scott's never really forced me or like forcibly told me to do something. So, but at the same time, I was like, people don't realize the financial cost as well. Like, when you're at an amateur level trying to make a pro, you're not getting paid. You're not professional yet, there's no money in it. Exactly, unless you got love. There's only love. And,
there's only love. Anybody that acts like there's money in it, there's no money.
That's usually the first question I get asked. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, why'd you modify your car for?
But we modify our cars because we've saved money.
Yes, exactly right.
And we're in trouble because we blew it.
Yes, that's same situation. Exactly the same situation. And to invest so much, like obviously, you know, you're not thinking about the money, but you know, you don't want to be a broke bodybuilder. That's silly. You know what I mean? Especially today, we live in Sydney too. But
but look, I think you know what's funny? What comes in my head is that anyone that's made it from broke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've had times when I'm like, I was so broke, I couldn't even afford like, you know, protein. Like, as in like, I was going down to Coles and I was like making like $20 stretch, you know, and that's during a prep. That was probably like my earlier preps.
Yeah, so it's no. Yeah. It makes I'm an emotional guy too, but it makes me sad. But the thing is, I know myself in business. I think I said to Chris, we're going to be putting out some stuff about Steve, but the most important part is, oh mate, I've made it and I've lost it, and I've made it and I lost it. And to be honest, I don't think I'll ever make it because I'm so hungry to keep going. Yeah. So there's no making.
No, but that's
just
failure,
like,
right?
and I think that's failure, and I think everybody makes it out like they've made it. But man, if this is it, then I've lowered the bar. Yeah. Because actually, it's unreachable where I want to reach, and I don't think I'm ever going to be happy. And what's the guy's name? Hasmoni? What's his name? The guy that
Alex Hormozi.
Alex Hormozi said that the mountain you look at, in your eyes, really, it's kind of small because you want more. Yeah. But you've already climbed everyone else's mountain, and that's why they don't like it. Yeah. Because they've got tiny mountains. Yeah, that's right. But your mountain, even though to you it's still small because you want more. Like, this is not the mountain for me. I want a bigger mountain. That's right, yeah. But you've actually at the top of all theirs. Yeah. So at the end, like I said, I think just keep going. It's great that you went and did it and what you achieved. In the meantime, I'm going to make us a protein shake. Yeah. And ask you the next question. Yeah. I posted yesterday. I believe at an IFBB Procon. Your quote was, "Love your art." Tell us more. Oh yeah, love your art. Yeah, I think that was my posing routine, and it was funny because I was so focused. And I think a lot of guys, especially like new kind of. By the way, this is 30 grams. Oh, perfect. Good. I was like, 147 calories. I don't know what the macros. Thank you. 147 calories. Oh, is that good?
That is good. That's
that
on
good?
that's on the better side.
Is that on the better side?
That is on
You
the
heard
better
that,
side.
Chris. Make sure, in case he bags us at any stage. Look, I even put a little bit more.
Yeah,
Hey guys, Steve here from Muscle Talks. I just want to say thank you for you guys being here. Thank you for watching this podcast. What I'd really love is for you guys to hit the subscribe button. Why hit the subscribe button? It will just allow us to have a bigger reach, allow us to go get a bigger audience, and also bring you the best of the best here. Our goal here is to not only get our local people, but also international, and eventually, and hopefully, and will be bringing the Olympians to this station, Muscle Talks podcast. So please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. So every time our podcast is launched weekly, that you get notified and you can sit back and enjoy this. Thanks, guys.
Eleni told me, because when I gave it to Eleni, because I made a promise and I keep promises. I haven't promised you anything, so who knows if I give you one anyway, but we'll see how we go.
From the southwest, I'll just steal it.
You'll steal what you not fucking know you steal it. Jesus Christ, they all steal it from out there, man. Fucking anyways. I'm going to use my actually. Oh,
No,
use a whole
go for
lot
it,
because we don't have ice.
Yeah.
So mango, yeah. So okay, yeah. You love your art. Keep going.
Yeah, no. So basically, when I went for that posing routine, I just thought about it on the spot, and I did it because I was feeling it. Like especially in classic.
Yeah.
Like, bodybuild. You got the opens, you got the classic. I think classic is a little more difficult because in terms of like representing yourself in on stage, the posing routines and presenting yourself in a beautiful way.
Yep.
You know, you can't be stiff. You're not just doing those kind of structured stiff poses.
Oh, so they give you because I don't know. They give you credential the list of criterias.
That's right. Yeah,
and they tell you it must be something about flowing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Flow is definitely a big part of it.
Yep.
Like, you know, you can have them an amazing physique by ruining it by not obviously presenting yourself well. And the difference between the classic and the opens poses is having that flow. You know, having that ability to make it look very beautiful and artistic. And because the classic division is growing so quickly, I think a lot more people. You'll be surprised, especially with the young kind of like competitors now. You know, 18, 19, 20. They just pose. They'll just pose and post it because you're getting people like Terence Ruffin kind of like really selling that posing, and it looks amazing.
I think JFit told me it's like dancing.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't know. Even I'm starting to get like looking at this posing and thinking I'm starting to get the twitch that I think I need to have a little go at it. You know, but it looks amazing. It looks obviously I told you we've got Peter Hardwick.
Yeah,
Hardwick.
Amazing
We're
posing,
launching his podcast this week, which I think it's 4 weeks ago when we launched this, but I didn't know. I reached out because I saw his posing.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
Right. But when I saw it, without sounding like I know where I stand, but I kind of fell in love with him. I went like, oh my God, I love what
beautiful.
this guy's doing. It says it was beautiful. CEO.
No, exactly. And like, obviously, you know, people don't realize how difficult it actually is. And obviously people would contest to it. Like in terms of, you know, a thing about bodybuilding is, you know, they call that a side chest. It's not just a side chest. You're activating your glutes, your hammies, your calves, you know, if you got them, your delts. Like, you know, obviously little things, a flick of the wrist can activate the delt and the bicep, and then it's not just the chest. And when you're doing classic posing, the same thing. Even though you've got more flow and you are kind of like obviously being quite elegant about it, you are activating everything, and it is fucking hard when you're depleted as hell, when you haven't got food in your system, and you are like getting head spins.
And you're trying to stay on your toes.
That's correct, yeah.
Oh yeah, I already know.
It's essentially
a
ballet.
I see, like I said, I see you guys, and you can see the little bits that
Yes.
and we won't call it like a just doesn't flow. You got to get yourself back in.
That's correct.
It's kind of you're about to fall over, and you're kind of trying to make it look like. But it is amazing, and you guys did, and you did an amazing job watching it. So.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think even at nationals, you know, I had a shot of vodka.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did. I think it was like 5-10 minutes beforehand.
What? Wait a minute, Chris. But besides that, I think I might need a plate to cut something. Yeah. But he had vodka, Chris, by the way.
Yeah, just for stage, and
Where'd you get that from?
Oh, I got it in there.
Is it your bag?
Yeah, it was in my bag. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, obviously, old school methods dries you out a little bit. So
no, yeah. Tell me. Where did you get this? Where did you get this from? Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. So it was in my bag. So kind of like
vodka.
I think it was like 10, 20 minutes. Yeah, it was like old school kind of stuff. You know, the old golden era guys used to do it. A shot of vodka.
And how did you find it when you do? Because I do like the shot of vodka.
Oh, Jesus! Like because
do you put walnuts in your?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Have you noticed that the walnut is like your brain?
Yeah, that's the thing that's always creeped me out about them.
Yeah,
I'm like, I look at them like that. I'm like,
be good for your brain. Now
exactly.
I'm just going to throw everything. Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, so a shot of vodka.
Yep.
Has anyone else done it?
Yeah. There are guys backstage doing it, and
wow.
You do that, and some guys like obviously put a bit of like pre-workout in there, right? Just kind of like get the blood vessels are kind of open. Yeah.
The vodka, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pre-workout, shot of vodka. So vodka is like a very old school thing, right? So, like Ronnie, even I think he was in Generation Iron.
The next thing you know, they'll have a cocktail bar behind them with you guys.
You know what? It would help out. But
Mr. Man, I'll have a what's it called? There's a few rude words I can say them, but I can't get it out of my head. Something like that.
But it's actually really bad because and obviously Ronnie was talking about in Generation Iron, right?
Yeah, go on.
So he had the I forgot who gave it to him, but pizza and vodka, and that was the first time he won. Because
did the guys in the 90s do that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Wow.
Yep.
It was kind of like a bit taboo. No one talked about it, did they? It was like, but now you guys are like out in the open. There's jelly beans.
Yeah.
And there's fucking
that's right. Like
sugars.
You've probably had a big night out and you've had more spirits, and then you wake up the next morning like, how the fuck am I so shredded right now? Yeah.
Well, so I know that one of the guys that I told you that competed back in, I think one of the years you were there, he told me that his coach told him the night before to go have burgers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he had to smash
a bit of a carb up.
He had to smash some burgers the night before.
Yeah. Well, essentially, it's like a refeed, right? Like it's the two things that you've been like most deprived of, which is sodium and carbohydrates. And
do you peel the skin or keep the skin?
I peel it. I usually peel it.
Why do you peel it? I eat it like that.
Oh no, I usually just peel it and throw it in whatever's there. But like the two things you're most deprived of, right? Those processed carbs, if your body can take it really well, and the sodium. So once you take that, your body is a sponge and wants more. Like, it's all the processed shit where your body just loves it. It's like addictive, all the artificials, all that crap in it, and your body soaks it up.
I did not know the vodka bit out the back. I heard about the lollies out the back and stuff
lolly,
like that.
yes, the vodka.
But I did not know a shot of vodka.
It was
the pre-workout. You knew about that, did you, Chris?
Yeah, it's more of a pump pre-workout. You don't want to take the caffeine, otherwise you just get runs. But
I want the caffeine. Well, I won't be making money with my coffee business on that day.
But So but it's tough because obviously for 6 months you've been in prep, maybe shorter, but you haven't drank vodka. So remember, you can't chase it up with like water to flush out your throat. So it burns, and you are tipsy within 30 seconds. So I went up. I was having an amazing day. Like I was shaking hands. I was like, my whole posing routine.
One shot. I'm shooting.
Yeah, just one shot. Just one shot.
I forgot I'm doing two. Two of us are going to drink, so I'll put another shot in. So, and tell me something, because you're so depleted and everything, does it go straight to your head?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wow. You must be very happy then.
I was loving it. I was so happy. And it was awesome because the guys at the Nationals, like we all still chat. They're amazing guys. Cole's one of them, obviously.
Cole on here.
That's right. I saw. But I was loving it. Even my posing routine, like I went up, I had nothing planned. That was all just vodka and feeling the vibes. So I just had the music playing and I just enjoyed myself. And I got off, and even my coach was like, that was really good. I'm like, I don't know what I did. so yeah.
Man, no wonder they love your art, love the sport, I guess.
Yeah,
okay, you're saying here, your post, August 7th, 2023, you're getting the itch for season 8, 24, or could it be the beta aniline? Is that
alanine? The beta alanine. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So what is it? Are you going to do 2024? Yes or no? And what's better, alanine?
Yeah, no, beta
What is
alanine is it's in most pre-workouts. I don't know if you've ever taken
Jesus
one.
Christ, I should know. Have you ever put olive oil in your...
No, I haven't. I saw
Neither
that.
have I, so I'm gonna do it.
You should just use almond butter. So
Neither have I.
Was that a hack?
It's a hack. We're doing a shock. And what about passion fruit? You put passion fruit in?
No, usually not passion fruit. Usually just blueberries, banana, mango, obviously.
Like I said, man. Oh, Jesus. We're really going for it here. So
Yeah,
keep
you
going. Yeah, I think I need a fork, Chris.
But
Chris, you're fired. No, he's not.
yeah, no,
He's tops. Go on.
So
2024 firstly. Are you going to do it?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I get too excited. I compete every year. It was a choice of obviously season A, season B, just based off like how much mass I wanted to put on. But currently, obviously in off season, growth seems to be going really well. And if anything, we'll start prep at the end of November.
threeog.shop.
So yeah, we thought we'd have to. Yeah.
Besides finding out what this beta thing is, I'll be honest with you. I quietly want to compete, quietly.
Yeah.
But I'm petrified for many reasons.
Yeah, of course.
I'm petrified
Yeah.
about if I can do the diet.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm really petrified
No,
about
that's
that.
the hard part. Yeah, that's the hardest part.
And I'm petrified of going on stage because I feel like I'm going to...
Yeah.
I feel scared. And
Yeah.
I'm not a scary guy, meaning I don't get scared, but I'll do it because... But I don't know how you do it, how you guys love it. Like, it's torture to get to a comp. I see everybody... I think one guy says, don't look at the way I'm looking. I'm actually quite happy, but I just don't show it at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's absolutely... I think the last 5 weeks, I think anyone who's gone on stage, if you... There's like an old saying, I don't know how truthful it is for everyone, but if you don't feel like death, then you're doing it wrong. But there is a Dick
Reese told us there's a death. You just have to get the death look.
Death face, yeah, skull face, death face, yeah.
Yeah.
Where your cheeks are sunken in, because like obviously when you fall, like Olympians are at 9% body fat essentially, right? Like saying extremely healthy people, really fit people. We're going sub that. We're going single digits. You know, some people are below 5, some people are below 4, and basically. Your body doesn't know what you're trying to do. Your body just thinks it's killing itself. And you are essentially slowly dying, but preserving as much muscle as possible.
How do you do that, man?
Yeah.
And you go in year out and year in to do it.
Yeah. I'm obviously in that post, I spoke about doing it and I'm getting the itch again, but I always regret my words 5 weeks out. And it's so painful. You don't want to be around anyone. You're very irritable. It's being constantly in a state of fatigue, like you're basically on minimal calories, high expenditure. Obviously, intensity should still somewhat be there. And then trying to keep as composed as possible. It's not a good cocktail, so to speak. So you can understand, and sleep deprived as well on top of that. Yeah. Your relationship better be strong with your partner. So is what I'm saying.
I think your relationship with yourself. I don't even think, Chris, is this plugged in? It's plugged in.
There we go.
All right. Tell us about beta
alanine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So beta alanine is in most pre-workouts, or good ones.
No, say it again.
Beta alanine.
Hold on, one more time. No,
there we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, wait.
All right, we'll go with that. Yeah, beta alanine, whatever it's called.
Yeah, beta alanine in most pre-workouts. Basically, that itchy feeling you get after taking one.
I know. What is it about that?
It's a lactic acid suppressant. And that itchy feeling is just your like receptors kind of opening up, so it's totally normal. A lot of gym bros are like, "Oh, if you're not itchy, you're not feeling. It's not going to be a good workout." Like, no, man, it's still in your system. But yeah, whenever you get that lactic acid, it kind of suppresses it, so it's a pre-fatiguer. There we go.
All right, yeah.
Prevents fatigue. Yeah.
Yeah,
there we go. So yeah,
we'll put that there. Anyway, we'll put that next to you. We'll put that in there.
Yeah,
like,
there we go. Now turn it on.
All right, so what was it? The itch for 2024?
No, it was. I think it was a bit of both, to be honest. But definitely the itch. I always get excited. I love it so much. I think bodybuilding definitely gives me purpose. And when I'm in prep, especially I think the origins of why I started my first prep as well. I think like that's why it's always kind of like stuck with me. So it's like, I'm
going to go over all your comps because
yeah, of course. Oh wow,
you've done a few, man. It's like it's amazing, but I'm quite proud of you. But
yeah, thank you.
Post 27th of July, master the basics. What does that mean?
Master the basics. Yeah, I think it was just my mandatory poses. So when you're on stage, you're required to do your mandatory poses. Where there would be your front lat spread, your abs and thighs, your rear lat spread, front double biceps, things like that. If you're able to kind of like perfect those, when I say perfect them, it's like I said before, even though they say a side chest, you're not showing side chest, it's everything else. If you can't complete those kind of basic poses, how are you going to start doing your posing routine?
That's why I'm afraid to do it, man.
Yeah.
The basic stuff scares me. Wow, yeah. So, like I said, just
because imagine like if you were.
Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me what you think.
That's good. It's good.
We paid you to.
That actually is really good.
We paid you to say it's nice. Mate, get this guy a bib. Look at this fucking mo. It's gone crazy.
Oh man, it's happened again.
Here you go, bro. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Oh man, my family's gonna give me shit. I'm just getting mocked about that.
The better.
Yeah, that's really good.
How good is that?
Was that all just
What?
like on the spot? Like you've made that before?
I haven't done.
Because that worked out really well.
I've never done the olive oil.
Okay. No.
So we're gonna have our glossy European skin.
Well, that or I'm gonna be on the toilet. So
no, there's no toilet here, buddy. There's no toilet here, buddy. But yeah, no. The I think I've put. Last week I did avocado in it. Have you ever had an avocado?
Oh no, yeah, avocado.
So
yeah,
I've done
that's
avocado,
what,
but this week I thought, what do I do with Reggie?
Yeah.
So I said, look, we need to do hacks.
Yeah.
Something. So I've done the olive oil.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I did passion fruit, which you saw, walnuts.
Yes, yeah.
Kiwi fruit with the skin on.
Yes. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
I believe, and I haven't researched it, and I'm thinking the skin must have a lot of nutrients.
It does. It actually does.
Probably more than what's inside.
I was watching a video. Yeah.
So I just like munching on that, and then I didn't put bananas on. Obviously, mango. It's come up all right.
No, it came out really well.
It came up good.
Yeah.
Mate, I think, you know what? A shot of vodka would be good. Have you got vodka?
That actually would be pretty good.
A shot of vodka. Let's do it, man.
Oh, sorry, Scott.
Yeah. Oh no, you're allowed to. Shit. Can you do it?
No, probably not.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, beautiful.
I'll do it.
One of us
Actually, I
gonna
don't
do
need to drink either.
You can have 2 shots in there. You can have one for me.
No. Actually, I've decided to stop drinking.
Oh.
I mean, no, if I was to go out with you and... oh, my gosh. Oh,
Jesus shit, Christ. You weren't kidding.
I know. All right, wow. Is this a good one? Is this a good one?
It's not bad.
Oh, look, we'll just put it there because I actually... He can't drink. Scott's going to sack him if we do it.
Yep.
So, you'll have him? Actually, where's your cup? Bring your cup in.
You realise like halfway through nothing was recording because Chris just got too wasted.
Sorry. You know what? That's a bit unfair that I didn't give Chris some. That's. Do you want a vodka shot in there, Chris? Yeah, why not? Yeah, you do it. You're Macedonian. I'm not going to have it, Chris, but you will. Yeah. All of it?
Just half. All
right, half of it.
I think that's 2 shots.
You know what? They're going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a vodka shot in there because we're going to act like we are backstage ready to compete and pose.
That's right. Beautiful.
So we're posing my thing.
Cheers, boys.
Interesting way.
Actually? Actually, yeah, it would be just like a really nice, smooth cocktail.
It is a cocktail. No,
Yeah.
it tastes like a very good cocktail,
Yeah.
actually. So, there you go, guys. You can actually use our protein powder. All right, so we've mastered the basics.
Yeah.
I guess we got on that one. 18th of July, 2024.
Oh,
Here we go. Should I do it in the accent? I'm white. I don't know. The world ain't all sunshines and rainbows.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't all about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Why a Rocky Balboa quote and explain the meaning and the purpose.
Yeah, that quote got me out of bed every day for my first comp.
Oh, did it?
Every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd play that quote.
Yep.
And it was fucking tough.
Yeah.
That comp was very tough. It was because that was 2019, I think it was. Yeah, it was my first show, and I didn't tell anyone I was competing. I just
that'd be like me.
yeah, no, I did it by myself. I think because especially coming from an ethnic background and going from like I guess a corporate kind of like work background to like becoming a coach and competing in bodybuilding, especially I'm Fiji Indian, like it's not heard of.
Yeah, I'm going to ask about that.
Yeah. Awesome. It's unheard of. And like, I guess having my old man was very strict, very old school, very like education was big, right? So I went to uni and all that stuff and found no fulfillment in it.
What'd you study at uni?
Business and commerce.
Okay.
Standard.
Two good things.
Yeah. And
hopefully you're using them.
Yes, definitely do, you know.
Yeah.
And
you went to uni, yeah?
Yeah, I went to uni, did all that stuff, and obviously, you know, I call it the boxed lifestyle, right? Like your parents want you to go to uni, get married, have a kid, have a house, and do that for the next 50, 60 years. And obviously, I didn't find any kind of full fulfillment or purpose in that. Not to say like there isn't any. Obviously, those are things that I would like.
Yeah, of course there is.
But in that present time, no. So I always found like my heart was always leaning towards training. It definitely got me through some tough times. And I really enjoyed teaching that to people, like having the same love and passion, showing them, and hopefully they could find it too, especially for young men. You know, I think like feeling that lack of identity and purpose, especially in today's day and age. So I want to share that. And when I turned to bodybuilding and stopped eating mum's cooking, like they didn't understand it. So they were really against it.
So no more butter chicken, obviously.
That's correct. Yeah. None of those curries and stuff like that at home, and
they're pretty good.
And it was and it was really hard. You know, I had to learn to cook, and my chicken was always overcooked and dry, but I still ate it. Yeah. I didn't even know how to cook broccoli. Like I literally put it in the microwave for a minute, and I'm like, oh, this must be it.
Mate, and when you're bodybuilding, it doesn't matter. Just chew it, swallow it. If you can't, just put it down your throat.
Yeah, and this was like early 20s, where it's like, you know, they won't. My muscle chef wasn't out, or like how to cook. Like YouTube didn't have that shit out there. How to cook and prepare your meals in a nice savvy way. I was just like, oh, I guess so. So chicken, handful of chicken, handful of broccoli, and handful of rice. That's all I had, and I would chew that for like an hour because it was just like the broccoli was uncooked. Excuse me, it was basically raw. The rice was obviously whatever I cooked sludge, and the chicken was hard. Like hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. So I was eating all that kind of stuff. And what actually happened the year prior to my first competition, my dad had passed away.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, and thank you. It was of kidney failure, and he was a hard ass, and I was the eldest son. So I kind of obviously, you know, the whole traditional getting a lot of shit for him, and we were close, but obviously barriers because of lifestyle. I was first generation. He was very old school. And I think when I decided to compete, it was always something.
Were you born here?
Yeah, I was born here. Yeah, me and brother were born here.
We're very similar in a way. I'm just my parents are Greek, but I.
Oh no, it'd be the same.
Here.
It'd be the same.
Yeah.
It'd be the same.
Yeah.
And they never understood it, right? They don't understand fitness. To them, fitness is like walking.
Well,
to work.
but they don't understand sport.
No, they don't. Not at all.
You don't get a career in sport.
No.
You don't get a career in painting, which we're going to talk about your Picasso stuff in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and like, yeah, exactly. Like, there were no Fijians that I could say, oh, this is what he did, so I could follow his footpath. No, like, we weren't built for that. So, you know, so...
You'd be a little bit alone in that field, because all I see is there's a lot of Nepalese and Indians coming through now, man.
Yeah.
Do you think you're setting the precedent?
I'd like to think. And I don't think I really thought about it until like last year. I think I'm
watching them come through, man.
Yeah, well,
and they're really focused. I mean, I think like everything, it depends. I think it depends in business and in careers and jobs. Those who are hungry get it.
Yeah,
and a lot of Indians and Nepalese and
100%.
Are hungry at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're humble enough, but they're gonna take you out.
Well, especially like, I think
probably Smiling Assassins.
India just had their first pro show last year as well. You know, so and it's massive over there, absolutely massive.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Seabum and all that just released their line of protein there, and Kai Green I think lives out there sometimes.
Yep.
You know, because obviously such a large population, right? It's good for business. But
isn't there a guy Scott's training as well? That's from
that
neck of the woods.
Yeah,
what's his name?
From.
Scott's training somebody to do men's physique.
No, that's Raz Ali, I think, or something. Yeah. But I don't know if he's Indian. I think he's like Pakistani or something.
Well, well what I'm getting at is it's kind of like those regions.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, classically even not defined to be a bodybuilder, basically,
that's
right?
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like even Middle East.
Yeah,
the way it's
that's
going at
right.
the moment. Like the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah, huge.
Everyone's gonna. The world is exploding in this sport, which is
Yes.
wonderful. I think the sport is about time for this
Yeah,
sport.
I don't think it's something that's ever going to go away. The exposure and bodybuilding, and not just that, but the fitness community in general is growing so much, right? But yeah, no, like growing up, it was very unheard of, and it didn't make any sense. I originally just started training because I wanted to get girls. You know what I mean? I was like 17, training at like the local gym, and Dad liked that. Dad, like, okay, fitness is good. He understood that. He had his own dumbbells and bench at home.
Your dad?
Yeah. Like he trained a little bit, and he understood. He liked Arnold. He liked the old like action movie stars of like the 80s.
Do you think that's where it came from? Really?
Yeah. That was the first.
Do you think watching your dad with some dumbbells at home?
Yeah.
Like every kid looks at their dad.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Like
yeah.
there's cars.
Yeah.
Dad's into cars. I get into cars. Dad's into motorcycles.
That's right. Yeah, well, Dad was the first one that gave me dumbbells and a bench for me and my brother, and he liked that we just did it to stay fit because he liked us doing sports and staying fit and healthy because he knew that was a priority and stuff, not just stay indoors and play our PlayStation, that kind of stuff. And we had a tradition. Me, my brother, and my dad would always sit down on a Saturday night and watch his favorite was Sly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and would watch Rambo and First Blood. First Blood was his favorite.
Yeah.
And he'd just be amazed at their physiques, So he appreciated us training, but he never thought I'd get my full career in life because it didn't make sense and it wasn't safe. It wasn't secure. You know what I mean?
Kind of
There's no security in it.
There's a lot of not security in it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think we said to you, if you can start thinking business, you can make
And that's
some
correct.
security. It's
Exactly
all about
right.
Business.
And because we've got people who have laid a pathway for it, right? Like we can get into
Most definitely.
publicity, supplement lines and things like that.
Podcasts.
Podcasts, exactly. Back then, before the internet, everything blew up. No way. It was just the guys who were the elite. They got good deals and stuff like that. You saw Ronnie on a poster, and that was about it. But so when my dad passed away in 2018, the reason why I started competing was that year was very hard. Because the whole family was just separated, the loss, and me and my dad always had that. We always butted heads. I didn't want to be like him because he was such a hard ass and he expected all these expectations, and I was angry at him. But then that year, I was my relationship ended. I went through 2-3 jobs because my head was not in the right place, and then I basically started my comp. And when I started my comp, I actually was unemployed. I was at the worst point in my life, the worst point. And that's why that quote got me out of bed. I was in a pretty bad state, and I didn't tell anyone I was competing. And I just did it. I tortured myself. I started at 93 kilos, and my lowest weight I got to was 69.9. I absolutely destroyed myself. And I still remember 3 days out from the state comp, I was at.
Did you have a coach?
No coach. Yeah, I just did it myself and basically just destroyed myself. And whatever I studied and researched, and I got myself.
Were you a personal trainer then?
No. Oh, I was doing side work and stuff like that, but not my whole career.
But had you done the course, your AI?
Yes, yeah.
So you had your registrations, but you're doing your side
Yeah, that's
work.
right. Yeah. I was just doing. I didn't think I was gonna
You were swiping people's memberships. Not getting in.
Yeah,
much.
basically, exactly.
And asking people in the gym,
I
would
think-
you like some help?
Yeah. I think prior to that, I was working at Anytime Fitness. I had my foot in the door and working at gyms and stuff like that. But other than that, no. Nothing else. I was just maybe I think training people on the weekends, but it wasn't a full-time gig at this point. But so I did that comp, and it was just one of those things that I had to do, tick a box because of something sense of achievement. I needed a win.
Was it what you expected, or bigger, worse? Oh my
Worse.
God, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing here?
So worse. Like I said, I think 3 days out from the state comp, I was at 11 p.m. I was at Anytime Fitness on the Stairmaster, and no one was there, and I just broke down crying. And I was just the pain I felt physically, emotionally, and mentally, it really pulled me through some shit. And I was why am I doing this? And then that's why I'm okay, well, I'm almost done. I'm almost there. And then when I went to the comp, like I said, it was just a one-time thing. Just I needed to do it. It was something that for myself. And then after I did it, I came second, and in I think it was classic, and I came third in bodybuilding, and I was like, holy shit. And like, there was a pretty decent lineup. I think the lineup was like 30 guys in each of my categories.
Yeah.
And I went up against Coben more now.
I think 2018 and 19, there was like a real big momentum happening.
Yes. Yeah.
I think obviously with COVID, that changed the momentum.
it
But
did.
before that point, I think I was at your 2019 show.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Because I was wanting to compete and I didn't. Because I blew myself out too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking back, it was crazy. And that was also the first time, like, that was the last Arnold's as well. So I ended up going to Melbourne as well, and at the Arnold's, which was the best experience.
Yeah.
I loved it. And, like, that's when my family actually realized, like, after they saw me at the state show, oh, wow, this bodybuilding thing is, like, a real thing. And that's when they actually took it seriously. And then, like, they were all excited to come to Melbourne, so they all came to Melbourne. And, yeah, I still remember I met Lee Priest in the most random of ways.
No, I've actually got that too. So we are gonna.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go to that. So let me ask.
Jesus,
All of it. You can answer all my questions, which is great because I always go with the flow. But
Yeah, beautiful.
you competed in the IFBB Pro League Season A 2023.
Yep.
Tell us how you went. I see second in the Nationals. How was prep? How long was prep? And how do you personally feel like you went? Like you told me you didn't place in Sydney, so maybe this is a good thing for people to understand that it's not over till it's over, I guess.
Yes, that's the biggest thing I learned coming out of it.
So you were placed in Sydney. What did you say you placed in Sydney?
Yeah, no, I think I came sixth.
Why do you think you came sixth in Sydney?
I think that there was a bit of controversy around it. We didn't get the same judges that all the other states did. I think the day before, the judges went south because there was the Easter long weekend the week before. So South Australia missed because every week, obviously, they have one show. They didn't have the South Australia show until Saturday, literally the day before ours.
Yep.
And then New South Wales is the last state. So they couldn't make it down, from my understanding. So we had different judges. And obviously, I was basing it, and me and my coach.
So you need to know so what you're trying to tell me, just quickly, it's not about, let's firstly take it away. It's not about the judges, but you need to know everything that's happening. Who are the judges? What do you think they want?
Yeah, that's correct.
How to deliver to them.
That's exactly right.
And what you're saying is, a curveball was thrown your way, and it just threw you out.
And that's the funniest thing because we were trying to control all variables.
Yes, of course. And that is amazing for me to learn.
Yeah.
Go on, all variables.
It's crazy, like, trying to control variables, especially when, like, look, my goal is always a pro card. And, you know, I come from a very analytical and kind of, like, systematic kind of understanding. I look at the, you know, back at uni, I look at the marking criteria, then I work backwards.
Okay.
You know, like, I don't just try and guess, okay, I need to get big,
I didn't
need
even
to
know
get
that.
lean.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And so, obviously, all the states
So
have
you
gone-
read the IKEA instructions and then you build it. See, I don't. I build it and then I go to the IKEA instructions.
I'm a quick wipe. I'm like, yeah, I got this shit. And I realized I forgot to fucking put a screw in. But and work backwards. And that's how I've always, like, taken life, and, like, that's how I built
It's
my
a good lesson for me to learn right now from you.
And once you do that, you kind of go in feeling a lot more confident. We went in, and obviously looking at the states prior every weekend, I watched it on YouTube, and I saw, like, what they were looking at. I'm like, oh, cool, we're on the right track. We should be going really well. And, like, even like me, my coach, and like I was so confident. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna come collect my medal here today, and then I'm going straight to nationals. Like, we had already booked everything for nationals. And I'm like, yeah, I'm placing. And like, if anything, I'm going to come second. But if there's going to be some freak factor out there, but no, I'm coming first. Like, I already know it.
Wow.
And I was really happy, really excited. It was the leanest I'd been, the heaviest I've been, and my posing, like, everything was just good.
Yep.
And then obviously that curveball hit, and I walked like, it was like, you know, that thing you see in the movies where the guy's just like in shock and everyone's coming up to him and saying, you okay? And you're just like walking or dazed, like you've just been hit by a fucking grenade or something. And I was like,
can I ask the question?
Yeah.
Because I know it's all professional.
Yeah.
Did that floor you when it shouldn't have? Like, what I'm trying to say, do you take some ownership on that? Meaning, it can change the judges, but it might have mentally got you and you've gone, oh, I can't do it now. But really, you can do it.
Yes.
But your mindset probably wasn't in check, hence
Yeah.
why you went to the nationals.
And
You go.
that's a really good question, actually. And that's exactly what
Because I don't want to point it all in one direction,
No.
because it's good to point it at your direction, because
Yeah.
what can you do? We've got to go with variables, I guess.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Like, obviously, trying to control all the variables, which you can't.
Yeah.
And that's the realization of it. And going in there so certain, like, yep. And you said it before, like, that was the one thing I didn't think about. Yeah. And no one did. So when I left,
me too.
it was such a shock
I'm
because
learning
I wasn't
something.
prepared for that. I like to think I'm always prepared.
Now you
Like,
can be, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And reminding myself that it's 100% subjective sport. And what we learned from that was the judges thought I had more of a bodybuilding physique. And which makes sense because it's relative to everyone else, right? Like they had, like nice physiques, but a little more compact and smaller. I was one of the heavier guys. And fair enough. Like in relative to these guys, I'm aiming to be a pro. You know what I mean?
Then tell me something then. I've got a question.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I said it to someone at the show at 2023. I can't remember his name. Not that I care to say his name because I don't remember it anyway.
Yeah.
And I know nothing.
Yeah.
All I know is one thing. He goes, I saw him be in open and I saw him in classic. I said, how do you do both?
Yeah, it's hard.
And I said, man, me personally, I'd pick this division and want to take it out
correct.
and take it out and take it
Yeah.
out and take it out. Hence why C-Bum is taking it out, taking it out, taking
correct,
it out.
yeah.
Like, I said to him, bro, I don't understand how you can come up with jocks and then speedos. What? Just, and go into physique as well. How do you, because you're telling me something that you've come in too big.
Yeah.
So in other words, I think if you just know your genre,
Yeah.
just go for it.
Well, for the first 3 years, I was doing both.
Yeah,
and I'll
but
never
how do you do it?
I'll never do it again.
Yeah, I was saying,
But
how do
it's
you do
because
it?
like a couple of things in terms of the physical part is to peak correctly and get a good pump. You'll hit it for one of your categories, and the rest you'll just wither away. So you're not going to get the same look again. You'll actually like flatten out, or you get softer throughout the day.
Yeah, but is it kind of like clutching at straws? Like
Yeah, you are. So-
I feel like you're going then.
No, a lot of
you're going in half-hearted.
Yeah, no,
because you actually want. If
Yeah.
you're going for both comps, whichever one I win,
Yeah.
I'd want to be.
That's exactly right. Like
yeah.
a lot of the guys, when this is what I used to do, it's the probability game. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to get a medal eventually. You know what I mean? No, that's exactly what it is at an at that state amateur level, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. It is like one of those kind of like factors that. If you don't have a clear, concise goal,
I think so.
It's like you're going to be half-assed at everything
Yeah.
or really good at one thing.
I just think,
and that's the
yeah.
situation there.
Okay. And that's what I was trying to tell this kid without knowing our conversation today.
No, you're 100%
I
right.
said to him, "Why?"
And you're right, because common sense dictates exactly what you said.
Yeah.
But they're so focused, and I was so focused, I need to get a medal. Yeah, the more I go in, the more likely I'll get one. But in actual fact, it's like, oh, fuck. You take in those variables of getting softer throughout the day. Look, I'm too big for bodybuilding, and now I'm too small for like classic or whatever, or vice versa. Like, that's where you don't realize. But it was easier for me from 2019 onwards because classic was such a new genre, a new
Yeah,
category,
of course, yes.
where they were still trying to define what it was. So I actually did place quite well in classic and bodybuilding,
Yep.
and I hadn't made a decision because the judges were still deciding.
I guess they were deciding.
They
too,
were
I
still
guess.
deciding what it is, but now they know what it is. It's been out for like 7-8 years now, and they know what it is, and they're clearly defining that you have to have that beautiful X-frame, small waist, shoulders, quads, obviously matching the weight, but conditioning, obviously, but flow. Like you're posing everything on point. And that's what people don't realize is the minute differences, which are major differences on stage between bodybuilding.
I'd be
classic.
just wanting to learn that one routine. I'd be scared to have 2 routines and go
Yeah,
up there.
hell yeah.
Like I said, look, it sounds like you guys are putting it together, and now you can become laser focused. But I'll tell you
great,
something funny. Like it's in the coffee game. Do you know how many times I have to say no to people? And I'll tell you why. Because I'll give you an example. Let's say I've got an amazing cafe which I do in Potts Point, and it's prominent position, beautiful customers, does a lot of kilos. And I come to Chipping Norton, I put in a charcoal chicken shop. It will kill the Potts Point brand.
Yeah.
It'll kill my brand. So I've got to learn. Like in other words, I'm either going to be high end coffee, or I'm going to be low end coffee.
Gotcha.
And why am I buying high end coffee beans when I'm selling it to the low end people? Or low end clients.
Yeah.
So in other words, I'm saying to you is like, you can't have both.
That's correct.
Some people have tried, and most have shot themselves in the foot and actually gone into liquidation.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
When you know a brand, you know a brand.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to mention brands because I've got one in my mind, mono brand.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, no, I can mention brands like I do like I do like Mecca. I like Little Marionette, and I can play homage to Campos too, and I'll play homage to Victoria Coffee too. If anyone wants to sponsor us, get right in. But having said that, some of them realize, especially of late, like you're growing in the bodybuilding, we need to know where we position ourselves, and we need to learn the answer. No, I'm not going in that comp. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Even though you're trying to get a trophy, trying to get an account, you need to know.
No, I 100%. Like, I guess the biggest thing, and what I'm taking away from what you said, is people identify your brand. That is as your brand, the same sense of quality too. You're not just half-assing everything. No. Like, no, this guy puts it like that particular thing, and he does it fucking well, man. You know what I mean? No, 100%, and that's the same principle here.
Yeah, I think it is the same principle.
Yeah, like, and that's why, like, when me and Scott sat down, because I've been with Scott for about 2 years now, year and a half. And then, like, we sat down.
I signed Scott. You never know.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm gonna have him on the podcast.
He's amazing. They call him Jim Dad, but he's
Dad,
he's like, well, especially when I talk to him, like half the time we're just having a good laugh, having a chat. He tells me if I need to do something, he's like, Reg, come on, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But nah, definitely. And I can't imagine having any other coach, to be honest. You know.
So all right, so sixth place. You know, it's you as well.
Yeah.
It's everything and everybody. And the show must go on, and you didn't turn up with you didn't get into character too quick enough. So you decided, I'm going to go into character.
Yeah.
And I'm going to smash it up in the nationals, which I think it's surprising because I guess when you don't get a first, second, or third, even a fourth, like you could be like a fourth, you could say, well, you know, let me go get him. But you're a sixth.
You're right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there's an eighth guy coming up there.
Yeah.
I think good on him.
Yeah.
I think they'd be the ones that I'd be worried about. Like, who the hell's
that's
coming?
what I learned. Like, you know, you're the underdog coming in, and no one's looking at you. So that's the perfect thing. You don't have attention on you. So it was funny because once I did the state show and didn't go so well, I pulled back because I was obviously like, I was very close to not going. I was like 75, 80% sure I wasn't going, that I didn't want to go. I'm like, I'm not going to spend any more money. I'll get the refund of the Airbnb that I had and stuff. And, you know, I know Scott wants me to go, but I'm like, no, I'll just regroup and whatever. But then, like, it chewed me that night. I didn't sleep for 3 nights. and I didn't sleep for 3 nights because I was like, I'm not somebody who quits. I follow through. Dad wouldn't be like this. Dad was a hard ass. And that's why I listen to that quote. And that's why I compete. Because it's the closest thing to being like my old man. Like, he's dry.
So even though you butted heads with your dad.
Yeah. Well, I realized how similar I am to him.
Yeah. But how...
We are, like, actually very similar. That's why
I think you have a lot of similarities.
No, we have. Yeah. Even, like, down to, like, silly things. Like, he's old school, so he used to go garage sales because he didn't have like a lot of things when he was growing up, so he hoarded. I love Facebook Marketplace. Like,
I try not to look at it, man.
So I've just gone like more tech savvy, but I am so similar to my old man, and all the lessons and lectures he used to give us when we were kids, it all resonates now. I 100% understand why he was the man he was, why he used to kick my butt over like the trivial things to make me the person I am today. And that's why I had to follow through. I don't care what the fuck I place. I'm like, no, I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish this. I'm not a fucking quitter. And
I don't know,
I thought about it hard, and I was like, nah. And one thing I had to understand was, you know what? F this. It's not the judges. It's me. Yeah, I didn't go in prepared.
Yeah.
And I felt gratitude. I should feel happy for where I am. I'm achieving great things. I never thought I'd be in the position I am now. Yeah. I go, I need to stop looking at everyone else. I go, I've got an amazing physique that I've like, this is the best I've felt or looked. I go, I've got a good coach, amazing coach. And like, I've got such a, you know, you were mentioning before, C-Bomb and his team. I've got an amazing team. You know, I've got the support, and I've like come so far in the 5 years of competing, which I never thought I would have. So I just had to feel gratitude. And it actually didn't hit me until like 2 days before comp, because the other 4 days prior, it was fucking hell. And I was just quiet to myself. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't want to be with anyone, and everyone, like, I told them to fuck off. And even right after the comp on the state show, all my mates, I had like 10, 12 mates out there. I looked at them and I walked away. And I felt like a dick.
Nah, man, I kind of get it. That's why I think, I don't know, man. I'm an emotional guy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
I know but I'm an emotional guy. Like I like peace, but I'm either fire or water. I'm like, there's nothing in between. I drop bombs. If I have to drop, I'm dropping. I'm walking away. Things are exploding.
Well, it was
all
funny
around
because
you.
even that on the state show after, like, I walked away from them because I don't like pity. One thing is I don't like pity.
Yeah, no,
They're like, oh, good luck. I'm like, fuck that. Don't give me pity. I know where I went wrong.
Yeah, good.
So when I was driving home, it was like I hadn't processed it. I just kind of walked away normal. I was eating like one of those free cookies they give you over at the comps.
Oh, the EQ ones.
The EQ ones. I was like, yeah,
they're
cookies.
pretty good, by the way.
They are fucking
We
good.
smashed them because we didn't have lunch. I was smashing them.
I'll put those on my clients' meal plans. But I was driving home and I remember it was like at the 6th headlight, I broke down crying. I just like randomly cried for 30 seconds and I just, all right, back to it. And then I let it out. And then, I felt, it was 2 days before the comp, the national comp. I felt absolute gratitude, and I was so happy. I'm like, I need to.
Do you think you channeled your dad? I'm just asking the question. I don't know. It just came to my mind.
You know what? I think it was more like it was the feeling of the unknown. I felt complete because I had a straightforward answer. I'm gonna go there and kill it. Yeah, good. I'm xenophobic, right? I hate not knowing. And at this point, I was like, I don't care what the result is. I'm just happy to be here. And I have to be happy to be here. And I did. And then, like, that's why I was there backstage. I had a shot of vodka. I was laughing. I was like, even ask like if Kyle remembers backstage, you know, like, I was like shaking hands. I was like cracking jokes with everyone. I'm like, hey, guys, what's going on, you know? I was, you know, when I came off stage after doing my posing routine, everyone's like, Reg, I was really good. I'm like, I don't know what I did. You know, I was just having a laugh. And I made some really good friends at that show. Even guys in other kind of, categories and stuff like that. So I left and it was like the best show I'd ever been to, just because of my general energy.
I think, look, I told you we're doing a podcast with Tony.
Yeah.
We're actually we're doing a road show. We're going to Melbourne, man.
That's awesome.
Even though they're realising they're coming up to Sydney, we could have saved the flights and people, you know what, we're going to get our private jet, Chris? We're going to do the private jet thing? Yeah. And we're going to send quotes out there and tell people that we've made it. Maybe we've made it. Here you are, 2019. I wanted to bring this up.
Yep.
Casually walking out of your tanning session.
Yeah.
And you meet legend Lee Priest.
That was so random.
And you said he's a top bloke. Tell us more.
He absolutely, like,
he's a bit of he's comical, isn't he?
He's very comical.
He looks it.
And it's funny.
We're trying to get him. Actually, I'm trying to get him on.
Oh, you'd be sitting.
He actually
days.
said, I've got to pay him. And I said, well, tell us how much. He still hasn't given me the price. Tell us the price,
He probably
Lee.
didn't think you'd ask how much. You're like, oh, shit, he actually asked.
He didn't go something about, I get paid to be on podcast. And I said, well, give us a number.
Yeah.
The price.
He's like, oh, damn it. The block.
Actually, he's never replied since. Go on.
But
so you
I literally got my it was the day before the Arnolds, and I just had my tan, and I was literally leaving the complex. I was walking down the stairs, and he passed me, and it's Lee. Everyone knows Lee. Everyone sees those fucking arms and that tat, and he passed me, and I was so confused. I was like, Lee, like I spoke to him like I knew him, and he turns around and he's like, oh, hey, like he starts talking. And when I say Lee talks, like he loves talking.
Yeah.
He was treating me like we were buddies. Like, you know, and
great.
sweet guy. He was talking about like the old days and like talking about how hard, you know, you have to train and the food. But he wasn't condescending or anything. It was just like, we're just having a nice chat. And we're chatting for like a good 5-10 minutes, like proper 10 minutes. He's standing there and just, he loves talking, loves having a chat. And I didn't realize that his publicist, I think, had come out. Lee was actually at this point late for an autograph signing. So he was actually supposed to be there for work.
So he's spending time with you.
Yeah, and then he's having a full chat, and then his publicist comes out. It's like, Lee, we got to get in there. And then instead of like, you know, ending the conversation and going, he introduces me to his publicist and then keeps talking to me. and I'm like, so I realized what was happening. And this guy obviously
You thought you'd help the publicist
Yeah,
out.
I'm like, anyway, Lee, I got to go, you know, this and that. It's like, oh, no worries, all right, Reggie, you know, good luck with your show and stuff. And he just walked inside, and I can't believe I obviously got that photo. But, it was hilarious. And it was such an awesome experience.
Lee, can you give us the price? price. Tell us the price, son.
I'm surprised you didn't
Tell us
charge
the
me for
price,
that one.
son. Fucking give us the price. Hopefully, maybe we can do a barter system.
Yeah, true. Just like trade him. I'll give you a tattoo for
Come
it.
on, compare tattoos, mate. I won't do a face one though, but he's. I actually really want to ask him if I was to have Lee Preston. I actually want to ask. At what point did he really want to get his tattoos? Because he's gone obviously big time, but obviously probably under contractual, maybe. Whatever the maybes are, I think I want to ask him, was it the moment, when was that moment he felt he could do what he wants?
Yeah, it would have been after professionally coming, because I know for me, like, look, because I obviously competing at such a, like, getting to a higher level, but sometimes I do regret getting my tat. I've got one here from Fiji. And only because it takes away from your vascularity. So that's one thing. And obviously, in terms of like, look, I'm darker skin, so my complexion's okay. So that when I get tanned, it actually covers the tat. But you can still see the lines. So in terms of the judges, their eyes follow the tattoo lines. So actually...
But what can you do about it? I mean, tattoos are like...
You know what? You got top-level guys fully tatted, right?
You've got to blame David Beckham. Do you know...
Yeah.
I think it was David Beckham that created all this.
What do you mean with his tattoos and everything?
Well, think about David Beckham. I mean, the looks he's got and the playing style.
And
then when he went and got that, think about it.
Yeah, that's actually
Don't worry about
point.
it. Think about not a tattoo, the extent he went to.
Yeah, like full body.
Full sleeves, 2 sleeves.
Yeah.
And then what happened after that? Tattoos went crazy. I'm telling you, David Beckham was the...
Yeah, because that would have been like 90s, right?
Yeah,
like
so I'm telling you, I remember watching him going, why would he do that? I mean, this guy's got... all the fame, I actually thought it was going to be detrimental to his career or what's his focus.
Well, no,
but I'm telling you, if you look back before then, because David Beckham, any hairstyle he gets, we all get it.
Yeah,
I
true.
don't, maybe you do. But what I mean is, everyone looks at David Beckham, watch, clothing, motorcycles, dress code.
Well, that's not far from the truth,
I mean?
because
he's
like
fashion, he is a fashion setter.
Yeah, well, back in the 90s, we were growing up. Remember, like it was you didn't have a tattoo unless you were like in a gang or like you know. So it was like getting tattoos was not common, but now it's
a
just,
skull.
Yeah, that's right. It was
snake,
like, or like you had your like knuckles tatted up and stuff like that, and it was shunned upon, right? People looked at you. You weren't going to get jobs like unless you were fully covered
And he's got
up.
a tattoo on his hand.
Yeah.
I think on his.
You're right. He did.
So this guy didn't go. I don't know what.
I can't recall anyone
anyone
else.
He looked before him. He set it all up for everyone. From
and now, obviously, being so common, it's kind of like a necessity. Now you can go get any kind of job, corporate lifestyle. If you got a tat, that's okay.
That's okay. So, like I said, David Beckham was really
that's a good way to look. Like,
good.
Good
I'm
point.
telling you, like I said, I mean,
I can't really recall anyone else like back in like a professional sporting like on that level, because he was huge. People don't realize how big he was.
Man, I honestly, when I saw it, I thought, I guess I judged him as having a problem.
Yeah.
Or it could be detrimental.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But he can wear a suit and he'll wear thongs, and we'll all wear suits with thongs if we think we should wear them.
I think a lot of Gen Z guys don't understand. He was basically, if I was to compare him, he was the C-bum of soccer.
He was.
Yeah, because he had a look. And he was dating the Spice, one of the Spice Girls, and he obviously, he was like a pop star.
He was a soccer
everyone
pop
loved
star.
him.
And I'm not saying he's got all the accolades to do it and the goals and the skills, but
he's quite humble too.
He's quite humble, but we didn't look at him like I can't get all their names, like Ronaldo's.
Oh, that's
not
right.
Ronaldo's.
Ronaldinho.
But no, we're talking about not Lionel. I'm trying to go back to the beginning when it was some of the originals. I'll get there. Let me think about it. I'll get there.
Your Greek roots will get there.
Somehow I'll work it out. Like I can't. I've got they're on the tip of my tongue. I know what they look like, and I can't even get their names out. So hopefully I'll get there. But look, let's just go straight to it. Third lead day in a row.
Oh shit.
14th of August, 500 kilo leg press.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Explain third day. What do you mean? 3 days in a week.
Yeah.
And what's that EPB? Is 500 your most?
No.
What's your most now?
No. Fuck now.
Did you see the post where I was showing like I was going to do with this big leg press, and I asked everyone, did you see that?
Yes, I did.
You're never going to know. No, not even Chris knows. Nobody knows what I really did.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same kind of angle
still
next
mopping
time.
up the area with my tears.
But, I think the and I guess a big thing like with me is form, right? Making sure you're getting good depth. So no, I think 650 closer to 670, but like with depth, right?
But
like
depth,
coming
I
low.
know.
Yeah.
I looked at that press. It was 2020, but it wasn't.
No,
very
it wasn't.
deep, man.
Yeah, it wasn't. That was the third one, and
If I had to coach you, if
I'll-
I was Scott, I would
well,
be saying,
I'll be
bro,
honest.
bro,
I'll be
stop the
honest.
ego pressing.
I'll be honest. I was
Yeah.
trying to impress someone.
Ah.
She was holding the camera, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to do this." So I was like,
yeah.
"Oh god damn it!" And I literally done legs like 2 days before, and they were fucked. And like obviously, if you're a noob, or to most noobs, you can get away with this, and everyone does this on a leg press. If they want to push more weight, feet together.
Yeah.
Feet together, but then your back's vulnerable, right? No. You do a leg press, open up the hips, go wide, get depth. Your knees are coming here to your side, mate. That's a leg press.
I know.
You do that?
I saw the form.
Yeah.
I said, God, this guy's
I was like, I just need to
I said,
impress.
this guy's a pro bodybuilder.
I just need to impress her. Like,
Oh, well.
and I was fucked.
Well, look, you know what? Had I not had this podcast and been going on for so long at the
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
I would have thought that's amazing. But to be honest, brother, I know the form.
Yeah,
you
good.
know,
Yeah,
I was-
call it out if it's there. Yeah, it's good.
But definitely you would.
But I redeemed myself. I
But you
think-
would have impressed her because she knows Jack.
yeah, that's
Is she
right.
still around, by the way?
No, hell no.
Oh, God, this
No. Well, red flags all around.
Oh, red flag. We won't go there.
She couldn't call out bad form, then that's a red flag.
No, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. That's true. That's true, man. Explain March 2021. Your art quote. You're doing some art.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Not only is he a unit, he's got Picasso's side to him as well.
Oh yeah.
Love your art. So are you a frustrated artist or are you not a frustrated artist?
No, it actually gives me peace, gives me calm because
Where does this come from?
growing in school, like
What was that? Was it paint? Was it
No,
chalk?
just chalk. Yeah, just
Have
chalk.
He does chalk drawings, Chris.
Yeah.
On the walls. By
I
the
think
way,
that
Have
was
we-
the second
I don't
time
know
I
if
was
we're
trying
taking
it.
Yes,
But,
but second time.
Yeah, I'd never used chalk before. But
But
no,
you
like
were good at art.
Yeah, definitely. Like from school as well. Like I was going to get into industrial design or architecture or something like that. But I love doing art, and that was like because I was really geeky. Like people don't realize how geeky I actually was. This is just a douchebag facade, but no. I love my sci-fi. I love, I love my sci-fi. I love like all the science stuff. I love art. But so I that was always through school, and then I think coming out of school, it was like, oh, where can it really get me? I don't know, the internet was gonna blow up so much, and then so I just never continued it. But now and again, I'll do something. I kind of lost that creative spark though.
Why?
No, I don't know. Like I guess
It takes a lot of effort though too. You know?
No, it does.
It's not. I mean, you seem to me. You are kind of all or nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that to do art, you need to have the equipment,
Yes.
the
yes,
time,
yes.
the space.
Yeah.
Do not disturb. Sign up.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Is that true?
You called it 100% right. Like if I start, I have to sit there and like complete.
Yeah.
Like don't stop me. It will be for hours. I don't know how long, but I can't just. I never understood and like respect obviously the professionals. They'll do half or like a quarter. Come back to it. No, I have to sit there and complete, and it was because that is my time, and I've just got to finish. I have to finish. It was pretty effed up because sometimes it'd be like I remember the longest time I was sitting there for like 5 hours, and I was just like completing like something, and it was just like I wanted to get up and leave. Like I didn't want to sit there anymore, but I'm like no, I have to finish. I'm like, what's wrong with me?
It's funny, because I don't know if you know that, like even the Metallica drummer is an amazing artist too.
Yeah,
He's
you would
actually-
imagine like being in.
He's a drummer, Metallica, and his art is sold for hundreds of thousands. You're echoing through there. I can hear it. Just to let you know, your headphones. I can. Yeah, it's kind of bugging me. I love Chris. No. But the thing is, sorry, Chris.
Famous last words. Next thing, I never hear Chris again. Like
It's not. No. It's you never hear Steve again. And all of a sudden, Chris is sitting here like he's taking me out. You know,
missing person.
I worry more about Chris, mate. Don't worry. I don't turn my back on that guy. So the guy in Metallica, he is a beast of an artist.
Yeah.
He sells his stuff in the biggest art museums around the world. Like that's how good he is.
Shit, I had no idea.
So yeah, Metallica's drummer is. Huh? Metallica's?
Yeah,
No.
with that drama.
Oh, no, don't say that. No, Chris, please. We're going to have to edit that out. Jesus Christ. Unless he wants to come on the podcast. Then I'm
Hashtag
sure.
Metallica.
Hashtag Metallica. We love Metallica. Okay, explain vegan. Hipster pull-ups.
Oh God.
Are you a vegan? If so,
Oh God.
please share.
I didn't know you were gonna pull that up. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on there, to be honest. But
Well, your kids are going to be ashamed.
Yeah,
Did
I
we
thi-
say that you didn't want to embarrass your
No.
kids? Or too late, mate?
No, it was. I think it was like the first or second second lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think I'd grown my hair out, so I had like a man bun,
Yeah.
and I always used to mock man
Bit
buns.
bit like that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
like-
And so I was like, yep, that's right. I had a man bun, and I was like, because I just couldn't be getting a haircut. Obviously, we couldn't. So like whatever. And I think one day I was like, we'll try. I have my personal gym, and I had a mate in there, I guess. And
During COVID, those 2 years, you couldn't tell a woman's legs between a man's leg. They're all hairy.
yeah, exactly right. So yeah,
Sometimes I didn't know. Like I'd say.
no, it makes perfect sense.
Is there a
Though.
guy under that dress?
Well, these days you can't tell them apart either. So
You can't. But yeah, go. Let's go.
But,
let's go. Say you're vegan.
yeah, no. So I think
vegan.
like one of my mates just mocked me, like, oh, hipster.
Oh, yes,
I'm like,
yes.
oh, so I just like started going off with this vegan thing, like, oh yeah, I'm a vegan because I absolutely,
You convinced me.
I dislike vegans, like, and that
I'm
was
not going to edit that even if you ask.
yeah, and that was the joke, and like I kind of just keep going with it, but then I would like. I use Instagram to troll a lot, like that. I guess that's my personality. Anyone that kind of knows me, but I stretched it out for 6 months, and I have a sponsor like HD, and
Who's HD going?
HD, yeah, HD supplements. Go visit them; they're amazing. Peter over there and Anthony, but Peter, the owner, he's a bit of a troll too.
Okay.
So I kind of like, hey man, do you have any vegan protein you want me to kind of sell? And like, it was a complete joke, and because I'd post like, oh, I'm a vegan, and like little sayings. Oh, I had my little my post protein, and if you want extra like protein in there, cut some like mow your lawn and throw your grass in there, like and like I'd do like little joking things like that. But then the next little story I'd post on my Instagram would be KFC. And then, but I literally had people saying, "Oh, did you just get chips and gravy?" I'm like, "No, I took a photo of the chicken." And I stretched that out for 6 months until I had like 3 companies hit me up online to promote their supplements. Vegan. I'm like, I can't believe this is going that far. And it was just little like joking things I'd put.
Yeah, of course.
And I remember going to Target once and I saw a vegan book and I took a photo of it. And I'm like, oh, just some light reading on the weekend.
You
So-
got us, man. I'll tell you, I was.
No, I was not a vegan at all. And like, but the funny thing is I had people like, I think a year later, messaging me asking me for vegan meal plans. I'm like, dude, I'm not a vegan.
I'll tell you what, they're savage. Let me tell you. But the thing is, like, look, you know what? I kind of get it, but you know what? It's not about like people talk about Neanderthals and talk about our teeth. Oh, we don't have fangs and all this stuff, and don't eat chili and don't have onions and don't have. What amazes me is, I think life was just survival.
Yeah.
And whatever it was, it was. I think the problem is that we abuse things.
Yeah.
I think we are the biggest abusers in this world, and we. And to have what's good, one, you have to be disciplined and probably pay for it. No one wants to pay for it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everyone wants to bang the drum and do whatever. But I just feel that everything is kind of like life and death in a way. And I don't know. Like I said, I think that I think everyone has their place. But yeah, you convinced me. That's why I said to Chris, I don't know if this guy's vegan.
Well, yeah, people ask him because obviously they're like, wow, you're really big. Like, how'd you get like that? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know how to tell you, man. But no, I think along what you were saying, I think everything in moderation. I've got nothing against vegans, like actual vegans. You want to live your life like that. It's the ones I think, see, if I say, think of a vegan to you, you straight away think of a protester telling you to be vegan. It's the stigma behind it.
Yeah, you know what? It is. And I know what you're saying, but I think it's like everything. I think the mistake we make is aggression.
Yeah.
I think it's not so much about, I think the best, softly,
Yeah.
educate me, let me hang out with you. Let's
That's
get,
it.
like, but I'm not allowed to do that. Like, or you're
Yeah.
not allowed to do that. Like, hey, I put money down. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This could be the end of the podcast. But the thing is, I'm happy to sit at a table with everyone.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm happy to sit with every religion, every sexuality,
100%.
and sit down and talk.
That's what makes
and
Australia,
food.
Australia,
Yeah,
right?
but
Like
the
accepting,
world
yeah.
itself.
Well, that the rest of the world should look upon that. Like it's, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
you know, I think the worst thing to anyone is ignorance.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm
Like
saying.
if you're ignorant, if you have full understanding of someone, then you'll speak with empathy. You'll treat them with empathy.
Yeah.
And understanding, right? And like, it's just the fact of being ignorant. Like, like I said, I've got friends that are vegan. And I do not care. If anything, we mock each other. But
Look,
even religious reasons,
and the other thing is, which is, look, it's rife in everything. I'll just let you know. It's contradiction. Trust me, I can hang around with maybe you. I'm not going to say you, but I work very hard, and I'm not going to say, you know, I don't know. Maybe you will catch me out, but I work hard not to catch myself out.
Yeah.
So in other words, I prefer you to hate me
than
me make you like me. In other words, you know, I'm okay I think it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think it's great to own that. But if you're going to hold it on me, it's all yours, bro.
Yeah.
But I hate it when others try to convince you the truth that they fucked up, they let you down, they're contradicting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what I see the world is like. So I don't mind what your advocacy is, but man, show me your advocacy. And then I'm going to really respect you because that's all I want to do. I want to respect you.
Yeah.
This is what you do. And you're doing it, and that comes down to religion too. And I've watched it all in front of me, and I don't know. Like I said, it's. I think there's only one person I really like in my life, and unfortunately, she's not around anymore, which was my mum. To be honest, that's the only person that, and I think it's. And even she wasn't perfect, but she was all right. You know what I mean? In that respect. Well, tell us, let's go with your origins, man. So tell me, because you correct me, you're not the average bodybuilder, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, if we look at it, they're either, I don't know, like, we came before you.
Yeah.
In other words, the Greeks, the Europeans.
Yes, that's
so
right.
Bodybuilding can be a lot like the Aussies and the Europeans.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And along comes you mob.
Yeah.
And I said to you in the conversation we had, you are the up and comers.
Yeah.
And I think be afraid, be very afraid.
I hope so.
No, why not? I think so.
Yeah.
I think I can see it. I see it at the gym now where I said to you at hardcore, they're there, man.
Yeah.
And they're pushing hard. I can see it.
Yeah.
They're shy and they don't know what they're. When I say they don't know what they're doing, they're starting.
No,
They're
they
starting it. And they're watching all of us.
And I think the biggest thing is like obviously a big thing is like having the ethnic background. Like obviously, my dad in our household taught us, education is prominent. You do your responsibility, your reputation, your drive, all that kind of stuff. But our parents, just from what they educated us on, was to apply that in like your corporate lifestyle, right? Like your work there, make your money, build a nice house. I guess being the new age kind of millennials and stuff like that, and first generation Australia, we're applying that to physical activities. Obviously, like I said, I'm Fiji Indian.
So Fiji Indian?
Fiji
correct,
Indian, that's right, yeah. My parents, I guess, Fiji Indians are most common playing soccer or cricket.
Yes, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, because they're not purely like it's not a contact sport. There's a physicality to it, but that's all they play. Do you think
also, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know many, but I don't know about Indians or anyone. I mean, I've actually been to Bangladesh.
Oh, shit.
Went to Dhaka for 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, well. Okay.
But and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think I was going to say the South African Indians? Do you think they're the adventurous type a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm
Yeah.
not saying
No,
they're
they-
beautiful, but
something
about that group is...
Yes, they are.
They're out there.
Yeah, no, they are. They are a lot more out there.
Yeah.
I think, Fiji Indians, we still have the origins of, like, obviously knowing India. Obviously, like, a lot of them come to Australia. They all congregate there.
Yeah.
But South African Indians, like, no, they're all the way over there. Yeah. You know, they are a little more out there. Yeah. They probably don't even associate with India in any way. They're just like, yeah, we're South African, man. So they go do their thing. And that's why it's like, you could tell, you know, and in a good way, in a really positive way.
And you would feel alone in some way, but now I don't think you feel alone. Are you getting heaps of people reaching out to you? Like really?
Yes.
Like how can I explain it? Like feeling like at last someone I can ask questions to, and someone's doing it for us, and I can follow him. Like not everyone wants to lead, but everyone looks for a leader to hopefully enter the sport. And like you said, it's starting to grow exponentially.
Well, I guess the biggest thing, like when I started competing, it was definitely for myself. Yeah, of course. You know, like my own sense of fulfillment. I had no intention of being the first of anything.
Yes.
Or like being. I never thought I'd made an impact on people's lives like that. I thought maybe my clients directly, but no one, like, you know, or through social media or just in a gym. Like I realized that maybe about a year or two ago. After my goal was, when I started competing, well, obviously knowing that I was going to continue competing, was get a gold medal by myself. Like no coach or nothing, just by myself, which I did. It was very hard. And yes, I do sometimes work, you know, I should have had a coach. It would have been better. But
I think about that myself.
I achieved so much through that about myself. And obviously being with Scott now, I realized in the past couple of years, like how many people I've actually indirectly inspired, because I've gone to a gym, I've walked in and they're like, oh, like I've had people stop me like, hey man, I follow you. I've seen you on Instagram or on the IFBB page, man. Like, what's your background? The first thing they'll ask me. Like, I'm confused. You're racially ambiguous. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, they straight away assume I'm Fijian or Samoan or Tongan or something. And I'm like, no, I'm Fiji Indian.
I could see that in you. I didn't see any Islander. I did see what you were, but I also...
It's
there's not many of you up there.
But that's why it's confusing, yeah.
And I'm actually, you're and you can correct me if I'm wrong, most European kids are fat, but most Indian kids are skinny.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying, is watching the muscularity.
Yes.
And you're like, where did that guy get it from?
Yes, exactly. And that's why I was the skinny kid. I was not good at sports. I played sports. I was not good at it. I was forcefully. My younger brother, who's a lot bigger than me, he's probably more of a power lifter. He was very good at sports, but because the gifts came to him, so like obviously there was just pure talent with him. He didn't know how to harness it, and almost sense of entitlement, no gratitude for it. Whereas I had to work really hard. And I guess, it was 2 years ago, people started approaching me. And then like obviously just Instagram as well. And it was like people close to me, he told me like, dude, like, do you realize you'll be like, you're going for your pro card, you'll be the first Fiji Indian pro. Like, yeah, they're Indians, but you'll be the first Fiji Indian pro card holder.
That's big, man.
Yeah.
Does that make you hungry?
Yeah, it did. It was actually like almost like this weight fell onto my shoulders, like in a good way.
Yeah, of course.
And it actually gave me a better sense of like inspiration, like to continue. And I guess another thing, like, yes, I do say I'm a troll online, but realizing that people who don't know me directly, they might actually believe my trolling. So I need to be a little more diligent what I say. So, like, there is that sense of responsibility of like, you have no idea who you're going to inspire. And yes, in like the past year, I've had so many more guys of my ethnicity kind of hit me up and like just ask me for help.
I think there's plenty. So, I think, and they're going to come thick and fast. I feel that with you and I think. I can see it. I think I was telling Chris. I think I was telling you yesterday on a walk, who's the up-and-comers. Like even in the cafe industry, the baristas.
Yep.
Everyone that was a kitchen hand is going to make it now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's how the Europeans were. They were kitchen hands in the 90s, in the 80s. They were the kitchen hands. Yeah. Now they own the shops.
That's
and
a
they
good
own
way of
the
putting
properties.
it. Yeah.
And I know when I had a shop, the Nepalese and the Indians and the Fiji Indians, the Nepalese guy that I had with me, who was Gyanendra, his wife was Fiji Indian. Oh. And she's a doctor. I think he did that purposely, but anyway. No, it's I actually enjoy watching. When I say I enjoy watching you guys, I feel like I'm watching my dad. That's why I feel like my dad, like your dad. Maybe not you. You're born here, but the ones that have come off the boat and are working in the kitchens. Yeah. They remind me of my dad, and they remind me how they started, because I was born here, I guess, you know what I mean? So even Chris coming here from Macedonia, and with you know, he was born in Macedonia, and he's only been here for 2 years.
Oh, really?
I know. 4.
Oh, dude, I would have. No,
You'd
I
think-
would've thought, yeah.
I know.
Your body.
No. He's
So he saw vodka. He's like, yeah, all right. you don't even finish your sentence. He was out the door.
you can only debt collect in English.
Yeah.
So he learned it very quickly. So to be a hitman
Yeah, that's right.
and
That's
debt
right.
collect,
Yeah.
no English.
Got to
mate.
be an enforcer, man.
You got to be,
Yeah.
everyone understands the universal
it.
language of English.
Yeah.
I guess if I could just ask, because you mentioned there, what was the age you picked up your first weight?
Oh shit. First weight I was
Like, what did you grab?
15 or maybe 14. 14 going into 15, and it was a 5 kilo dumbbell.
Is that at home?
Yeah, it was at
Your dad's
home.
stuff?
My dad's stuff.
What was
It
your exercise? What
Two
did you
blue
do?
dumbbells.
What did you
Just
do?
bicep curls.
You must have thought you were
Just
the biggest
bicep-
bloke after that, eh?
No, I thought I was the smallest bloke. I was like, because somebody mocked me in school. I think no. So it was I remember. So back at high school, we had a little gym in the hall area, and all the boys were in there, and they were like. This was lunchtime. They were lifting weights. They were doing bench presses and, gym bros,
Yeah, gym bros.
And I was literally sitting in there with one of my other mates who's like a geeky mate. We're all boys. We're all mates. But we were just sitting there and watching everyone. And like this, and like, oh, man. And I remember feeling like very insecure about my first time I actually physically felt insecure.
Wow.
Because I was like, oh, they're all lifting weights. And I'm like, oh, I'm not even going to lift one.
So Indians have feelings.
Yeah. Basically, that was all. Like, oh, shit.
What is this?
What is this feeling?
This must be a Westerner feeling.
Better suppress it. But,
I'm going to go home and get belted by my dad.
Dad's gonna beat. Yeah, that's right. Beat it out.
What,
of
you
me.
got feelings?
What's anxiety? What?
Anxiety? I had anxiety too.
Is that a Greek person? No.
Have you seen Sushi Mango?
No.
Oh, they're hilarious too. He goes,
It's like comic.
he goes, anxiety or something. I don't even know what they
Yeah.
say, but there's something like, anxiety. Oh, we're now with a girl called Anxiety.
yeah, basically, exactly. But so I remember feeling that feeling, and then I remember it was like around June, July or something, and I was like, oh crap, I don't want to lift weights here because everyone's going to look at me and laugh. Like exactly the feeling of everyone like going to the gym for the first time. And then I went home, and I think it was like for 3-4 months straight, I found my dad's blue 5 kilo dumbbells.
Yep.
I would do bicep curls every night, push-ups, and sit-ups. Wow. And then it wasn't until like 4 months later I was like in the
That's
gym.
another true Indian body with no legs.
yeah, that's right. No,
That's the
no
Lebanese-
legs. And
Sorry,
then
and the Lebanese were like that once upon a time, but now they got legs.
some of them. No, but
Macedonians.
no, they've got legs. Yeah,
They've got
Greeks
legs,
and
yeah,
Macedonians always. They're born with legs.
But it's because of the high heels. Yeah.
But and then I remember it
No high
was
heels,
like it was summer,
Yeah.
and then I had a singlet on underneath, and I was fucking sweating because we just had sports, and then we had lunch, and I still had a singlet on. I went into the gym, and the boys were lifting, and then I remember one of the guys, Ricky, my friend Ricky, he's like, Reg, you look really good. Like,
Yeah.
have you been lifting weights?
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the first time I got a compliment.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, I was like, I was hooked. So I just like played it off like, no, not at all. And I just kept doing it. And then I asked my dad for a gym membership at Squashlands. And I used to walk there in the mornings at 5 in the mornings, just so I was not embarrassed to be seen by anyone else training there, which was about a 45-minute walk. And then
What a great story.
I kept training, and I was the one in school, like obviously after school I kept training. And now it's funny because obviously Facebook, the magic of Facebook, I've got guys back in school hitting me up for training now. Like I've got some old schoolmates who are clients now who were like fit and like healthy, and like it's.
But how
it's
good is
interesting.
it? How good is it when you see you with a kid today, and you go and you see him and you know what he's thinking. You go, bro, what's up, man?
That's
And you
exactly
go, I feel like getting emotional. I go, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's go train together. Or
That's
come
exactly
in, come and grab
the
the weight
feeling.
with me, and you go,
Yeah.
I just want this kid to feel good.
Yes.
And
That's-
I'm always like, at the gym too. I see some kids and I go,
Yeah.
man. I go, I don't know. It just, and to be honest, where I train, a lot of dads are turning up with their sons, and I've learned, and it's one of the books Chris has his too, is How to Win Friends, Influence People.
Yes,
And,
I've got that book. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good book. And the one thing is, a lot of it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You got to put in a lot of attention to people.
That's correct. Yeah.
And nothing about you.
Yeah.
So I always
very
love it when I
selfless,
see
yeah.
kids with their dads, and I'll
Yeah.
say to dad, "How you going, mate?" And I always will shake the kid's hand.
Yeah.
I said, "Man, you're looking really good. I'm glad you're training with your dad. Keep it up. I've got an eye on you." And
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I
it's
just
an
think
awesome
about when I
feeling.
was a kid, and I would have meant.
Yeah.
I didn't really get that, but I'm sure you didn't get it either. But I feel like it means so much. It's kind
No,
of like you can see their eyes, and you go, he's
No,
questioning
it
himself.
does.
Hey, bro, what's going
Yeah.
on? And you kind of want to get him out of that
does.
questioning.
Yeah, I make a really big thing, and I tell all my clients, and when I see somebody like at a gym like really large, like I go past and go, wow, good form.
Yeah.
Like I'll just say something small, because when I first started training, and this is a bit of a funny story. When I first started training at Squashlands early in the morning, I remember I'd go every morning and I'll do everything. Biceps, triceps. I had no idea about training. You couldn't Google. There's no bodybuilding.com then. And then, I do biceps, triceps, shoulders, chest, back 5 days a week, like every day, full body workout. Yeah. I don't know what the F I was doing. And I remember it was the first 6 months at Squashlands, and then this guy, he looked quite built, like he looked really good. And he approached me. He would have been 25. Yeah. So I was like 16, 17. And he approached me, and he was very condescending. But he kind of taught me, but in like such a show off manner. What are you doing? This is not how you train. Like with the whole accent and everything. Like, you're doing stupid things. You're supposed to do one time. Like literally just trying to show me out, but at the same time like a backhanded education. Like, single like bro split basically. Yeah. He taught me a bro split. And he looked good, and I was like, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I felt very intimidated by it, but I like kept coming back. I kept coming back, and I was like, oh fuck, I want to look like that guy. I can't even say anything to him. Like, I felt scared, and it was funny because I kept doing it, kept going, kept training, and 3 years later, I saw him at the local Westfields, and I had surpassed him in size, and it was funny though because he made me feel really small at that time. When I saw him, I just said hi. Yeah. Like I could have taken that approach to be a complete dick, but I stayed humble and now I look back, and it was just last week on a Saturday, there was a kid at the gym. He complimented me, a young kid. And I'm like, hey, jump in with me, man. And we were just chatting. He's like, oh, okay, I'll teach you, bro. I go, I'm sure I can learn something off you. I said that to him. Yeah. But I go, a big thing is like, I remember how it felt. Like, I just wanted somebody to give me some education and have a laugh with me. So
I'm still waiting for that, bro.
I'm having a laff with you now. Having a laugh with you now. So yeah, there we go.
But yeah, no, anyway, it's really important. But I also know that I tell people I just rate myself first. I don't wait for anyone.
Yeah,
I don't care. I just like if you're out there, you got to rate yourself. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't worry about taking anyone else down. Just try to lift yourself up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Don't worry about putting anyone else down.
That's right. Gratitude, humility, man.
Yeah. Tell me something. What did you want to be before everything to grow up? What did you? What did you want to grow up and be?
Obviously, you got your weird things like an astronaut or some shit. But no. Like, I think when I was high school and because of the art stuff, I wanted to like get into car designing or architecture. But then I guess just post high school, I really wanted to get into movie production. So I would have,
Chris, cinematographer.
Yeah. Oh, you see, I love like cinematography.
Are you cinematographer? Do I get that right? What
did I say? Like I analyze movies. I love it. I critique them. Like I absolutely love and adore them. Like I love music scores, cinematography, camera angles, directors, like producers. Yeah.
Well, then you'd be talking.
If it wasn't bodybuilding, I would have gone into movie production.
Well, Chris is him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's why I look good. You go, wow, these guys look really good. It's because of Chris.
Make me look good.
We are going to we're struggling a bit, but we're getting there.
That's what I mean.
We're getting there.
I'll try and smile a lot.
So when I say, are you seeing big things happening around you? It seems like you put a bit of a weight on your shoulders now for for a pro card. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And to be the first Fijian Indian to win a pro card. So
yeah.
And there's, just correct me if I'm wrong, there's no one in the world?
No Fijian in the world. Yeah.
Wow, bro. Yeah. You know what, now I'm sorry. I'm putting it on you.
Yeah, that's why. And like I that excites me because it gives me that sense of accountability, and it's like, okay, that's cool. That pushes me in a good way.
Remember this, Chris.
Yeah. I'm glad I came on here before, like, because it will happen. I won't stop until it does. That's
I kind of feel. Look, it's hard to judge people even when I see their socials. Yeah. Because everyone looks like an entrepreneur. Everyone's an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Well, you've actually seen me on stage. That's the thing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Everyone's a mentor.
Yeah. Oh,
everybody knows it all.
Yeah. Go to the comment section.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Okay, when did you last train?
Last night.
What'd you train?
It would be back in Bice. standard bros.
Why
but yeah.
back and bias?
It's what I need to focus on the most.
Yeah.
So like from my rear shots, like quads and chest are my dominant things, and my hammies have really come out. My glutes have always been a focus. Like that's coming out, which is fine, just to complete my overall leg development and balance. But you know, I don't have my lat inserts. They're not the lowest as they can be, like for other competitors, but you know they're pretty moderate. So it's about increasing as much size and density. Excuse me, density there. So, and my biceps, it's like 3-4 years. I used to train biceps once every fortnight because they were like so boring.
Maybe that kid at school was the one that got it right. You, when you were younger.
Yeah,
you go back to him and ask him, how
that's right. I've had to learn to love it. Now I'm like, okay, so I'll do them twice a week. And yeah, so Mondays is the day. I used to do legs every Monday, the hardest, biggest session, hence why my quads, like I really love training quads. But no.
I'm a quad Monday person, meaning even if I don't have to, because my days off could be a Monday. But I do. Yeah. I'm a 4 days on.
Yeah.
1 day off, 4 days on, or 3 days on, 3 days.
Yeah, I've got
1 day off, 3 on.
Yeah.
So it does depend. Some weeks I'm training 6 days. Some weeks I'm training 4 days, whatever it falls on. But tell me something.
Go.
How long does it take to alter a muscle? Because you're focusing on what you're focusing on.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm going to ask Scott that question, but how long when you see some changes? Because
for me personally, I've like noticed differences within about, ideally, like I think it's been about 6 to 8 weeks where I've really noticed the difference in terms of like muscle development on me. Like even like post, so I competed at the end of last season. Last year, sorry, and then I did back-to-back comps. So I did season B last year, I did season A this year, and I really needed to bring my glutes out. So I only had about like 8 weeks of like a off season before I was in prep again. And you know, a lot of people know that, you know, when you're in prep, you're not really growing. Like you're just you're just shredding. So, you know, I had 8 weeks to really start bringing my glutes out, and that was the biggest difference. So I did 8 weeks. So that's where I noticed. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I guess from zero to hero is not going to happen, but I guess the wheels are turning and it does. But I've noticed that myself, to be honest. At the moment, I keep saying 15 to 20 kilos overweight, but I've decided while I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to put on size. Yeah. And I've actually noticed that what I've changed and learning from you guys, to be honest. Me and Chris are running podcasts just to have personal trainers for free.
Yeah, well, exactly. You're right. Yeah, there we go.
We're doing a good job.
Good hack, yeah.
But what I've realised is range of movement.
Yes.
The range of movement, which I'll say to you was 90s style. It was the 80s and 90s style, which was taken away in the early 2000s, trust me.
Yep.
Which was your 500 kilo leg press.
Yeah.
Range of movements, trust me, and point of failure.
Yes. Yep.
I
100% agree.
I just thought it was 10 or 12 reps, but I realised if I haven't got the right weight and it's going to get me at 18, I've got to go to 18.
Yes.
And then I've got to reload it to find it back to 12. And it's kind of like a mathematical equation.
No, it is.
So once you're in the gym being a mathematical equation and locking in for that hour session and actually not fluffing over it, actually can do quick results 6 weeks later, 8 weeks later. So I've kind of started to see, I'm starting to see. And by the way, Chris, I weighed in 100 just under 101 kilos. I was 107.
Oh, shit.
I've been 114 before in my 40s.
Oh, whoa.
But I went to 97 and I went back up again. I don't know what happened.
Damn, jumped up.
I don't know what happened.
114, that's heavy. Shit.
Yeah, fucking hell, it's heavy, man.
You would have
but
felt it on your knees, your back. Wow, congrats.
I'm doing all right for 101.
Yes, yeah.
101, and I'm 6'9". Now I'm 5.
Yeah, and I think like, well, what you're saying, 100% I agree. I think like a lot of people, especially young guys, they get stuck in that. The basic guideline everyone knows is 4 sets, 12 reps.
Yeah.
And that's a guideline to start off with, because you're starting off, you have no idea what your limitations are. Yeah, but so many people, and this is what I keep educating my clients on, that's why clients start seeing results. It's because everything's customized to that person. Yeah. You've got your guideline to start off with, but people don't realize that they apply that for the next 4 or 5 years until they realize, shit.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. Yes. And I've been doing 4 sets and 12 reps of everything. And then you got other things to consider as well. Like when you start actually understanding how the body works in terms of biomechanics and like muscle usage as well, bodybuilding or expanding or increasing size of a muscle is just putting it through stress and adaptation, right? Legs and back, like I find you actually have to train quite similar. Heavy, good range of motion.
They're big muscle parts too, though. When you look
Exactly, they're very big. That's why
your back is bigger than your chest.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
your hammies are probably even like your quads are big, but your hammies are massive. Your triceps bigger than your bicep, but everyone thinks your bicep is it.
Exactly,
I mean,
right.
It's the things you don't think.
And people don't. Once you realize that, it's like okay, and then you have to apply like okay, your biceps, your delts, and your calves need to be trained at a high frequency. They are smaller muscles. They heal quicker, high frequency, so it's more volume and intensity. Because, like, look, how many times are you doing this all day? Yeah, you are raising your shoulders the whole fucking time. So your delts are constantly active. 100%. How many times are you walking up the fucking stairs? And like John Meadows, a great coach, you know, rest in peace. You know, he even said, yeah, the frequency of calves is between 15 to 20 reps. Sometimes even 25 reps. And then when I'm doing side lateral raises, I'm going to 20 reps.
Well, I can tell you, I don't do rear delts anymore with my front delts. I leave them on their own.
Yep. I do it on back day.
I train with back.
Yeah, do it on back day, yeah.
And I do actually front delts with chest.
That's correct. That's exactly
what
I
did never done before.
Yeah.
I used to do it all together. I'd separate and do this. So thankfully you guys, at least if the podcast is successful, I get a good routine out of it.
Yeah, no, you actually would. Like, I'll go back like, yep, pre-train.
I've learned a lot, so I really appreciate you guys. But in all honesty though, I'll let you know, everything you guys are doing now and everything that's happening, I can tell you that the 80s and 90s that's how it is. We all grew and no one knew where it was growing because you know why? We all went to failure.
Yes.
And we all did range of movements.
Yeah.
Nothing was short. We didn't know a short range. It was like range of movements and it was till failure. So in other words, if you're raising laterals, we didn't stop at 10. We thought we had to keep going till we hurt. And we cried every time we left the gym.
Yeah. Like if you want to see that, look at a session with Tom Platz. Like, holy shit.
That's what I'm
saying. Five more. Like,
more.
holy shit. But no, because you know why that's true? It's because the same principle is applied eventually. The biggest thing today, and like, look, it's a good thing and a bad thing. We have access to the internet. Yeah. But we have a flood of information. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry has their own like situation of how to grow a muscle. Yeah, there's no wrong or right. Well, there is a wrong way, but there's no perfectly right way. But when you go back to like basic principles. So with me, what I was saying, like at the beginning, everyone starts doing 4 sets, 12 reps. Yeah, because we were told to do that.
Yeah.
No, the guys back in the day did it through feeling. Yeah. It's only after the fact where I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. I need to feel it. I keep going, oh, what the fuck? It's only through practice that I realized, oh shit, I need to do 20 reps because now I'm feeling it.
Well, let me tell you, if you look carefully at the videos when the guy's screaming, like Ronnie Coleman's and all that, sure, they got, for the camera, the big weights. But when you stop and look at the Smith machine and they're doing shoulder press, you go, that's not a lot of muscle for that kind of guy.
And you know what? That's exactly...
No one's looking at the weight.
No.
Look at the dumbbells. Like, sure, the dumbbells, I can't lift them, but that's me picking up 10 kilos. Yep. And then picking up 20, but they should. That could probably pick up 40.
No, 100%.
They could throw it around if that's why we.
That's the biggest sport, and that's what like people don't realize. They watch. Oh, did you see how much weight like Ronnie was doing, or Dorian was doing, or Tom Platz? I'm like, yeah, cool, but they weren't doing that all the fucking time. No. And Tom Platz even
and it was camera time.
Yeah, it was camera time exactly. Because had a fucking and back then it was very odd to have a camera on you, so you performed. Yeah. And now like even me even I know things only get likes when it's big weight.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm literally picking up a 10 kilo or 7.5 and doing a lateral raise, 20 to 25 reps, and it fucking hurts. But everyone's like, why does it hurt him so much?
Look, there is, and I want to play a bit of homage to John. I never understood, but he said the word "feel it." Someone asked, someone said, "How do I get a bigger back?" Yeah, and I'm like sitting going, "All right, go. What is it?" And he goes, "You need to feel it." He's not feeling it. I went, "Is that it?" He goes, "Yeah, you're not feeling
Once
it."
Once you do, you realize.
So it's all about, and I think
mind muscle.
It's everything.
Yeah,
it's everything. You want big quads, and I personally also let you know visualization.
Yeah,
fuck. I visualize.
We're visual creatures.
When I put visualization, feeling, and the training in there.
Yeah,
you'll see 6 weeks, 8 weeks. You'll boom.
Yeah, we're visual creatures. I think like only a small portion. I think like 15% of people are very analytical, but the rest, a good 85% are visual. Like with my clients, for example, I can explain to them for days, but they won't fucking do it. So the first set I do.
Yeah.
We just imitate, right? When you know what they say, when you smile, someone smiles back.
Yeah, of course.
Imitation.
True.
Same principle applies for bodybuilding or training. I will literally do the first set, the fucking strictest form on the planet, just so they could do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's all. But they will, if I explain to them what to do, look, we can only remember 1 or 2 things. I'm trying to tell this guy 5, 10 things. So no.
But look, I guess we've all got to go. We've all got to start from the beginning.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess
That's right.
you want to tell them this is how you get $100,000, but you're going to say, okay, bro, we're
Yeah.
going to have to start with you getting 1,000.
Yes, that's right.
And I guess you want to learn something. We've got to go back to the beginning. Which, look, you know what? Sometimes going back to the beginning is good for all of us. Even
agreed.
myself. I think I need to be resetting. Okay, so what have I got here? What is genetically? What is your best body part?
Quads
Quads.
and triceps. Quads and triceps.
Okay. And your least?
So many.
Okay.
Besides calves,
Yeah.
at the moment, look, I'm trying to grow them, but shoulders.
Okay.
Like, damn it, I really want them bigger.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
threeog.shop.
We're going to go over the body now. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to mention a body part.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me an exercise
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
and sets and reps.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, you don't have to take your top off, man. We're going to
No,
go.
I was like, oh wait, man,
I was gonna
I've
poke
got some
you.
fluff on me.
No. But we could start something. We're just trying to grow the ratings. All right, so, and I'm going to keep asking you sets and reps.
Yeah,
Sets
cool.
and reps, sets and reps. Why? Because Chris breaks it down.
Yeah,
Right?
cool.
So let's start with, do you train traps?
Oh, like maybe 6 weeks out or some shit.
Oh, 6 weeks out, you train them?
Yeah. I'm like, oh god, I'd rather just do more back. But yeah, I do traps. Yeah.
Okay, what is your exercise for traps? And 'cause like I said, someone could be
Well,
watching
I'm
here.
old school like Lee Haney. Reverse shrugs.
Reverse shrugs.
Yep.
Sets.
Sets. I'll do 4 to 5 sets.
Reps.
20.
20. Wow. Okay. So you build up. You
Yeah.
build up to
Yeah.
it.
That's right.
I've done that.
Oh no, like I'll stay at like a reasonable weight, like not heavy. Just
No, I can see it's
yeah.
reasonable rate. No, I
Yeah.
do. Look, do you know you're the only one of many that has trained traps? Me and you are the only ones.
Yeah,
No one
there we
trains
go.
traps. Even Chris doesn't train
Yeah,
traps.
that's why I like 6
But
weeks out.
but the thing is, I decided. Well, everyone says they don't train them. I can't. I have to do them.
Yeah,
So I
it's-
decided to do failure.
yeah.
So I might just
Yeah.
give it one hit.
No,
and
but-
I'll just go to failure.
No, but that's exactly what it is.
That's
Failure.
it.
20 is my failure. Yeah.
So I get about that. Then. What about delts? What do you do
Yep.
for front delt?
Front tilts, I do besides presses, I do forward dumbbell raises.
Yeah, sets,
Sets, I'll do 4 sets.
reps,
15.
15. Okay.
Yep.
Side delts.
Lateral raises, dumbbell lateral raises, 6 sets, 15 and 20.
Okay. Rear delts.
Rear delts, reverse cable.
Yep.
Or like cable fly, reverse cable fly. Again, 15 reps, 4 sets.
4 sets. Nice. Back.
Back. It's a bit of a change up. I was doing, I was really enjoying wide grip rows, but close grip rows at the moment. Really
Close
enjoying.
grip. Okay.
Yep.
Sets.
Sets, usually I start off, but it's 2 warm up and then 3 working.
Reps.
Reps, 10 to 12.
10 to 12. Okay.
Heavy.
10 to 12. 12 to 12 will be heavy.
Yeah,
that's 10 to
getting
12
really
is going
heavy, yeah.
I think, most definitely. What about chest?
Chest, similar. I'll do. I like incline press.
Yeah, everyone's liking. I'm liking incline
yeah,
press
it's
at
just
the moment.
good for my shoulders too.
Yeah, apparently.
Incline press. I'll do 12 to 15 reps. 3 sets.
3 sets. Okay.
Yeah.
Bicep.
Bicep. Single arm cable curls. Raised cable curls. So elbow elevated.
Yeah.
So it's really isolated. So there's no momentum, no pushing around. And that would be 3 sets of 20.
Have you ever tried lying on a bench press with the cables down and you? So in other words, you got the Smith machine.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah,
facing
yeah.
out, put a bench right up to the Smith machine. You bring the weight down and you lie down and you're doing bicep curls like that.
No, I haven't
Give
actually.
those a go.
Yeah. I
They
was,
explode. You tell
Oh,
me about
shit.
50. Yeah. So in other words,
Okay.
you're lying on the bench.
yeah.
Looking up to the ceiling.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right, and you got the like you're doing a tricep.
Yep.
But you're not, and you grab it and you do your bicep curls. So
Okay.
bring it to your forehead and up.
Yep. All right.
But
No. Okay. I'll try that.
blowouts.
I'll try
Because if
that
you're
on.
doing that,
Yeah.
try that out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll try that on Friday. That's my Friday. Yeah.
super isolate.
Yes. Of course.
Like
always. Yeah.
golf ball.
Yep.
will
yep.
come up. You'll
Yep.
go like
You're not
right
swinging,
up.
just like trying to get that
Because
squeeze and
you're
release.
just holding it, and you're just like I said, you're lying. So you're basically your elbows are like that. So you're
Yes.
just like that.
And that's exactly why I do elevated elbow
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that reason.
I've
But
done
yeah.
that one. I've done that
Yeah.
one. But try that one.
Okay.
That's
No,
what
I
I'm
will.
doing.
Thanks.
All right,
I'm
but
also
I do
pretty-
about I do like you maybe 3 sets. What did you say about 15?
15
Yeah,
to
I do.
20, yeah.
But yeah, I do to failure. But usually,
Yeah, 20 is fucking fair.
because if you go too heavy, you're going to compromise your elbows.
That's exactly right.
So just go, because then you can compromise towards the end a little bit.
That's exactly right.
Tricep?
Tricep cable push downs. And I'll do 15 reps of 3 sets. Heavy.
Okay,
Yeah.
heavy, yeah. Do you train forearms?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll do in Yates. I don't use straps, so I just grip everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
My grip strength is what I'm proud of. So.
Oh, wow. That's good. Quads?
Yeah, quads definitely. Obviously it's a collection of them. At the moment, I'm really digging split squats. I used to fucking hate them, but I have to learn to love them.
Wow.
Split squats, 3 sets, 12 reps. Yeah, heavy as possible. Yeah,
split squats are scary.
yeah, fucking hate them,
Hate them.
but I love.
Yeah. Hammies?
Hammies, yeah. At the I like seated leg curl. Definitely seated leg curl.
okay.
Yeah. 3 sets, 12 reps. But like squeeze control, like it is holding it, squeezing, just like a bicep.
I tell you what, I'm at the moment, that's all we had. We only had lying hammy
Lying, leg curl,
curls.
Yep.
And then there was standing leg curls.
Yeah. The standing ones
at
are
the
cool.
moment, I feel like the standing ones blow it out.
I do like the standing ones because you obviously the isolated the hammer strength one where you can like obviously alternate between. Yeah, I really love that. Just don't have one of those at the gym. Yeah.
Okay, no, we've got one of those. What about glutes?
Glutes. Obviously, hip thrust.
Hip thrust.
Yeah.
Okay. How many sets, reps?
Heavy thrusts. 3 sets. And 15. Yeah.
Calves?
Seated calf raise. 5 sets, 20 reps.
Do you do tibialis?
No.
I'm actually doing tibialis later.
Yeah, no, I
tibialis
feel
machine.
like
there's actually a tibialis machine.
Yeah, that little thing where you just like put. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's not bad, so I thought I'd give it a
it's
go.
good for like obviously the balances. You don't realize like how much tension on your knee if you just have an imbalance in your calves, right? You don't train tibialis.
Yeah.
It just causes a lot of pain.
So I'm giving that a go. What about abs?
Yeah, like 5 weeks out.
Is that when you start doing abs?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh god. If anything, that's probably my weakest thing. But even Scott, like, we just laugh at it. Like Reggie doing abs, I go, nah, I guess no one does. But
what do you think the secret is to a small waistline?
Look, obviously, I think a big thing in the off season, a lot of guys blow out, like they get large around there. But keeping it tight, like making sure that you are, like your body fat's around 13, 14 on the leaner side, but keeping it tight originally, and doing some core movements, like obviously trying to do more compound movements as well, which does activate the core, but just keeping it tight in off season. Okay. Keeping it tight in off season. If you're like blowing out, then like your body's got to like try that much harder because you're losing in prep, which is usually between 16 and say 25 weeks. You're losing a lot of weight in that time and a lot of loose skin, and like your core, that's where it's all held, right? For a lot of guys, you're blown out for half, like a majority of the fucking year, and then you come so quickly. Yeah, it's not going to be as tight as you think it's going to be.
Well, I'm just kind of looking at some of these waistlines.
Yeah,
and especially with men's physique at the moment, they got really tight.
Yeah, as they should. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. I tell you what. Which we're gonna launch, I think, this week. I'm showing off some RDLs that I learned from actually Reggie, who's being trained by Milos Sanchez. Is that who it is? Milos Sanchez is training a guy called Reggie. His name's Reggie. I think it's Reggie.
Reggie. Yeah.
Do you know? I think it's another Reggie. Yeah, I think it is. I'll send it to you. But I saw these RDLs he did.
Yeah.
And I did them. And I showed Chris yesterday. They just pop your hammies and.
And you said you're going to be doing them? Like,
I've done them. I've filmed it.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Obviously, your podcast is a few
That's what I'm
weeks
going to see. Yeah.
But but using the Smith machine. But in a way, you've never used it.
That's what I'm curious about. Because I have done RDLs on a Smith, but not.
I don't know. Maybe not this way. I'll show you anyway when we're done. I'll show you.
Just the basic
because I'm gonna. But I'll show you when we're done here. But it will already be posted by the time.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah.
We're at the last question. Obviously, thank you for sharing all your exercises. This is your opportunity to promote yourself. So please tell us all your handles, like your social media handles, your. I'm not sure about sponsors. You said you got a sponsor. You want to talk about if you've got a website where they can find you in person. So How about you look at the camera and tell everyone where you're from or
Yeah.
where they can find you?
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, with my I think I've only got the Instagram and the Facebook. It's Reggie Rampage Coaching, so you can definitely hit me up there. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Peter from HD, and Anthony as well. They've supported me from the beginning. They saw, I guess, something in me that I didn't see myself. But they're amazing guys. They're located at Moorebank, so hit them up. Say my name, you get a discount. I don't know what the discount is. It must be good.
Probably pay double.
Yeah, that's it. It goes to me. But
Finally, someone's honest.
yeah, and then and obviously I've got a gym over at Chipping Norton. Anyone's welcome. It's very old school. It's the Rampage Training Ground. So if you like some old school bodybuilding with some metal plates and loud noise and some hardcore rap music, then
Do you think I can
always
come
welcome.
and do a guest appearance and train with you?
100%. I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
I'd love it too, man. Get trained by you, maybe.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be great.
would be awesome. Both of you.
Oh, awesome, Chris. We got an invitation.
Come
No one's
down.
ever
Yeah.
invited us.
Yeah, definitely.
Invited
No,
ourselves.
you guys are like, and that's a sincere invitation. I've enjoyed it.
I would love to come. Mate, what can I say? This has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it.
No, I have. Yeah, definitely. Like, I actually forgot the cameras, everything. So it's good.
I want to say I look forward to seeing the first ever
Yeah.
Fiji Indian
Yeah.
man with a pro card taking on the world.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you.
Good on you, bro.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.